And today is episode 129 of the OG podcast.
It sure is.
And yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes, it was, and thank you. I appreciate that.
How was your
This
birthday?
it was good. A very, very special friend of mine. I'm not sure if you know him or not, but this person apparently sent me a donation and advised me to get a certain type of food. And I
Yeah,
went ahead and did that, and it was really, really good.
good. I'm glad you took his advice. He also messaged me and was like, "Yo, you should tell him to get Chinese." I was like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do." So I listened to myself.
Yeah.
I also saw you made a purchase to Adventures. No?
Yes, that's right. We have the play share thing, so I forgot about that. So yes, I did watch the Avengers Endgame
No,
yesterday,
nice.
and yeah, it was a good movie. I'm not going to go into all the details, but all in all, fantastic movie. Rip, all right, rest in peace to Stan Lee. Obviously, he did pass
Yes.
away recently, so we probably won't be able to see any more cameos of him in any movies anymore. But we'll see what happens there. But
From what I've heard, he's made a lot of other cameos already. In the movies already.
okay,
In the future movies, like they already have him already set up, which I thought
oh
was
okay.
weird. But whatever. Yeah. So I was actually surprised because normally you're not into those movies, like per se, really. Um.
Well, I am. I just don't talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Okay. Okay.
because you have to understand, I used to work in the comic industry,
Oh yeah.
for a few years. So I'm actually into comic books. And then there are certain groups of people who would take me to, certain type of movies like Avengers, X Men, whatever the case may be. What happened, bro?
Yeah. The coffee just went down the wrong.
Wrong pipe.
Oh, well, we're gonna edit that out.
Oh yeah.
I literally almost felt like I was drowned on coffee right there. That was
Uh
kind of
oh.
funny. Kind of
Well,
funny, but not
speaking of
really.
editing things out of Anchor, shout outs to Anchor for letting us be on their platform.
Well, yes. Shout out to Anchor. Yo, and make sure that everybody go follow the Anchor. Play the Anchor as much as possible now that my voice is gone. But yeah, so that's cool, man. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I did use into comics and stuff like that, but I thought you was like one of those because you're into comics, you weren't into the movies as much. So
I do have friends that are like that, so I know where you're going with that, but I can appreciate the movie and the comics. Like I can take both of them. I'm
yeah,
not gonna be one of those guys that's gonna critique it because it's just not like the comic. Because in all honesty, when you're making a movie, you can't do it just like the comic. There
right.
are reasons that things are done a certain way. So no, it's not going to be 100% accurate. But you know what? As long as my favorite characters are there and it's entertaining, that's all that it matters to me.
I'm the same way, dude. Like everybody's like, well, how can you watch that? It's not politically accurate, and Batman is not that way, or this is like this. I'm like, honestly, I don't care.
Yeah,
Like, I just don't. It's as long as I enjoy the movie, like that's all that matters.
yeah,
Like I don't know, and it's funny because a lot of the movies that are not, or a lot of the movies that are accurate, I sometimes don't enjoy. It's weird.
yeah.
It's crazy, but
It is.
yeah. You did move, right, or no?
No, not
Oh, okay. See,
yet.
I was
Uh,
confused. I thought you were moving. That's why I sent you those interesting messages because I thought you were
I
moving.
was really confused too when you were sending me that. I'm like, what is he talking about?
I was like, because I thought you were moving, so I was like, "Are we on?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'll let you know if I'm taking the day off." And I was like, "Well, I meant in case." I was just like, I was just checking to see if the internet was transferred." And you're just like, "Yeah, okay." And I'm just like, "Wait, you didn't move?" Ugh. I'm like thinking to myself, "Wait, you didn't move? I thought you moved." But yeah, I don't know.
Just to catch everybody up, the original plan was to move on August the 5th.
Oh, okay.
However, that has now changed due
Oh,
to another temporary setback because we
oh.
found out just a few days ago that we're going to have to pay double the deposit instead of what we were quoted after we submitted our application. So now I have to wait a paycheck so that I can save up enough money to pay for this deposit. So we're probably going to be moving around the end of August.
Well, that sucks. Kind
It
of.
does, but that's what happens in life sometimes. You
Yeah.
gotta, dodge and move.
I just wish they would tell you that kind of stuff like beforehand that it is possible so you can prepare for it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
You know. But they just like to make you feel all warm inside and then rain on your parade. Oh no, you'll need this extra deposit with this extra deposit. Oh, and while you're at it, since you have this and that, let's put this extra deposit down too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
that's
we'll
crazy,
be all
man.
right though.
We'll be alright. Alright. Well, I mean, God does everything for a reason, right?
Exactly, and that's why I'm not complaining.
At least
But
you
I did do some gaming though, so I don't want to make it
nice.
seem like it was just craziness. I mean, even though my week I guess it was more interesting, but I have been playing some more Shadowverse lately. They did have a new update yesterday with a new story and stuff like that. So I was doing that a bit yesterday as well. And then I've also obviously been playing the Chess Rush off and on as well.
Your new
And
favorite game.
my new favorite mobile game is, for the time being until something else comes out. We'll get into that another day. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much what I'm. Oh, and I'm playing El Chronicle as well, which is the mobile RPG I've been playing the most too. And that's been pretty much it on the gaming side of it. Been trying to get back a little more into Shadowverse because I kind of was slacking on it for a bit. But I'm getting back into the groove, and I'm gonna start playing and playing, and maybe one day get competitive and win some prizes. We'll see.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get back into Shadowverse. Devin's just not doing it for me.
It's not.
No, main reason is because I can't play with my friends.
Whoops.
Like, it takes so long for me to play one game with my friends, and then it's so hard to get in the lobby, and then because you can't, the invite to lobby doesn't work. The only way to
Right.
get your friend to get in there is the code.
Yeah.
So then I have to leave the game playing in the background, copy the code, put the code in, and if I don't do it in the right time or whatever, the game logs out. So then it's just
Frustrating.
it's just frustrating. And then the loading screen, like sometimes it freezes in the loading screen, and then if you
Yeah.
do too many things at once and the game freezes, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a
And
mess.
what's more disappointing about that is that this came from a big time developer. This isn't one of your third party, not third party, but your mobile developers where you don't really expect a whole lot. This is
Right.
coming from Capcom. Like you would expect them to like be a little more on the up and up. So that is a bit disappointing.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
And for
and
those trying to say, well, most of our bigger developers don't do mobile games, so don't expect them to be, good. But here's the problem with that argument: Bethesda made a card game. Remember that what was that card game that you really really liked a while back? The one that had
um
the story and all that.
oh, the Elder
I think it was like
Scrolls.
Elder
It
Scrolls.
was Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
that
pretty
was by
good.
Bethesda, if I'm not mistaken, and they did a
Yes.
pretty good job with that
That
one. And we didn't really have any issues with that.
yeah, that was pretty good. That
Yeah,
was
so
actually
you
really
can't
good.
use that as an excuse because Bethesda knows how to do it. So Capcom, get on it.
Yeah, and the fact is I would believe, and this is no shade towards the mobile gaming industry when I say this. I
Mm.
think a mobile game is easier than a console game.
To make, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So there's no, in my opinion, there's no excuse. There's no excuse.
Yeah,
You have plenty of examples of good card games out there and what works and what
yeah.
doesn't work. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
there's no excuse.
Yeah,
There's no excuse.
there are tons of good card games out there. Konami's made a good one, which was the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Mm-hmm.
You got Blizzard's, Hearthstone. Even though I
Hearthstone.
do give Hearthstone a hard time, it is still a good game in general, and they don't
It's
have technical issues.
it
You
was the
know,
gas starter. It was the gas starter of the digital cards. Because really,
yeah, it really
dig-
was. As far as in the competitive scene, yeah,
yeah,
Hearthstone was really where it began.
yeah. Because before Hearthstone, there wasn't really any good competitive. Yo, Jane plays Sims. Thank you so much for the host. There wasn't any good competitive card digital games out there.
Yeah,
In fact, a lot of the good games that are now digital games were real card games. So, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So,
Like in the past, I mean, you had Magic the Gathering, which was more physical, and that's huge. It's still a big deal. It's probably the number one card game as far as physical cards is concerned.
right,
It's been out forever. I mean, everybody's pretty much taking notes from them. There are other good physical card games out there, but Magic the Gathering will probably be number one forever.
right,
I'm not
yeah,
going to make that claim.
yeah,
Wizards of the Coast, they know what they're doing.
right,
But
and
as far as a digital thing, I mean, you have so many good examples of good digital card games that there's no excuse to flop. You know what I mean? It's
no.
not this bad.
And it's crazy because, and it was like, well, it's the first live action card game, Handy. Well, guess what? Where they lack is not where the live action is. Where they lack is getting two people to play together.
Yeah.
Connection.
Now, as far as playing, online against other people, I haven't really noticed a lot of issues. It's
No.
really just when you're trying to,
Yeah.
do like, uh, private play
Yep.
is where the issue is. And you might say, well, it's not a big deal. It's not affecting, your ranking or anything. That's true, but how do you know that that won't affect it later? You know what I mean?
And
Because
not
that's
on,
a weird thing to overlook.
and not only that, like, you know how like you get like how like you get a bunch of friends to like start playing the game that you're playing. Like you always
Hmm.
seem to get like a following, right? Well, that's
Yeah.
how it's been for Teppen, right? For me, right?
Hmm.
Like I've been getting like a bunch of my community into Teppen. Like that's what we do off stream. We play Teppen. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like we all get together and play Teppen. Well, we try to, and it's frustrating because like it's something that I want to introduce to my community, but I can't enjoy it with my community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. Um, and it's like I've almost wanted to uninstall it twice, but I haven't because I've gotten so many people invested in Teppen. I've almost
Believe it or not, I haven't uninstalled it yet either because I think that I'm gonna try playing it again off and on just to see what changes happen and if it does become a big thing. So that I'm not completely behind, but it's not gonna be like my regular thing at all.
but I mean I do have one positive thing that they've changed.
What's
I
that?
do. They did do it where we can get rid of all our duplicates at once.
Oh, good. Yeah, that was annoying.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how to create cards, but yeah.
I do, but I'd have to be looking at it to. I can't explain
That's
it
another
right now.
thing too. It's complex. Like the simple things in the game. Like it's funny. Like the things you would think would be complicated in the game are simple, but the things that are supposed to be simple in the game are complicated.
Yeah.
Like creating a card is complicated. Like so, cause here's the thing, right? Like I'm thinking, like I just go to the game or the card that I don't have that's blacked out. You know what I'm saying? That's grayed out, but you still see it. You click on the card
Mhm.
and you create card, right? Nope, don't work that way. Don't work that
You
way.
have to be like on a certain menu or something like that in order
N-
to do it.
And
I've done
again,
it before.
yeah, and that's pretty, dumb in my opinion. So I don't know. It to me, I don't know. To me, it just seems I don't know. So it's like I'm a
Overcomplicated. That's what it is.
yes. It's like that one relationship of like in high school or whatever you get with that girl that you really want to get with, or that person you get with that you really want to get with, and then you finally get it, and then you realize it's not as cracked up as you thought it was gonna be. It's like
Oh yeah,
really.
I've had a lot of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like you finally get it, whatever. You finally get that person, and you're like yes, and then you start to explore the relationship a little bit. You're like, man, this is just too complicated. This is not working. And you want it to work, but you're like, yeah, about that. I don't know. And,
Yeah.
you want to keep it because you were like so excited about it, but then you're like,
You work so hard for it.
yeah, you work so hard for it, but then you're like, ah, snap. No, this is
Mhm.
not. This is not. This is not. And then when you like let them go, they're like, your friends will be like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, you just don't understand.
Yeah.
You just don't get it.
Yeah.
That's how it is with Teppan with me right now.
Mhm.
I wanted
That
to.
game you wanted for so long, and now you're just like, why?
Why? Why did I get involved? Why? Why is this happening? Yes, I relate a lot of things to relationships. Podcasts, just roll with me. It's my bread and
It's
butter.
practical.
Yeah, it works. Everybody can relate to that in a sense.
Mhm.
But yeah, my week's been kind of crazy. Crazy in a good way. I don't know if you noticed, but I got a new microphone. So I had
Congrats.
yes, and I did not notice, but my other microphone was trash. Okay,
Uh-oh.
it was like completely trash, right? I thought
Mhm.
people were like just trolling me for like the longest time. But my last microphone was trash. Straight trash, straight boo boo. You could barely hear me while like playing a game. So, yeah, I did some research. I had a good trusty streamer friend of mine. Well, I wouldn't say he's like a friend because I don't know him like that, but I've been following him for a long time. And then he was doing like he does like streamer reviews. Like he'll go
Mhm.
like on Wednesdays, ironically, he does like you can put your name in and he'll review your channel and he doesn't like sit there and tell you like what games to play or anything like that. Or tell you how to run your channel because he feels like, your channel is your channel, it's your content. Do what you want to do. His name's Crash, but he actually will like analyze what he analyzes is the sound, how well you sound and how how your camera looks, and he tries to help you and walk you through that on making that better, so the content you're trying to make, you keep people in tune to you. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it, you know what I mean? So I did
Mhm.
it, and like I didn't realize my mic was garbage. And of course he didn't say that, but I'm saying that in the background as he's analyzing me. He's like, yeah, bro, you need a different mic. And I was like, yeah, apparently I do. Um, and I was explaining to him how I move around a lot and all these things. And so he was telling me what mic to get. And ironically, I got his mic. I got the same exact mic he had, but ironically, it was on sale, so it just worked out pretty well. It's actually not on sale. It's a pretty expensive mic, but God willing, everything was on sale, and I was able to get it, and now everything's beautiful. And I even put the
Mhm.
camera in another spot, which was really cool. And here's the funny thing, right? Like y'all know I don't talk about my moves until the move has already been made. All right, so I applied for Team Rock Squad, on the 15th of July, right? And I'm like, okay, everything's gonna be cool, you know what I'm saying? And then I listened to my VODs and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, my audio is crap, right? So I'm like, man, like, bro, I don't think I'm gonna get this because my audio is just straight garbage, right? So they started sending out um um like emails if you got it like on the day of the Fortnite tournament, right? So I'm like telling my wife, I was like, babe, I was like, I don't think I got it. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised because my mic was garbage, but I was like, man, I was like, maybe. I was like, my mic comes in Monday. Maybe everything will be good and be gravy. I was like, it's all in God's hands, right? So I didn't get an email on Sunday, right? So I was like, okay. I was like, all right. I was like, I have to accept it is what it is, right? And then they tweeted, we're still giving out emails on Monday. And so I told my wife, I was like, babe, there's still a chance. I said, I was like, I might still be in Team Rock Squad. I said, I don't know. Um, so I was doing a stream, right? And I was playing Fortnite or whatever. We were doing the custom games, which actually turned out really, really well. I was actually really surprised how well it really turned out doing the custom games. So I did the custom games, and then after the end of the stream, I got I got the email from Team Rock Squad. I got accepted into Team Rock Squad, which is really, really freaking cool, man. I was like so excited. I like screamed and everything. I wish I was recording my reaction because I was like, holy crap, I did it. I made it. I was like really excited because I honestly didn't think I was going to make it because of my mic, which is really cool. They're another organizations that help out with charities. In fact, this recent charity that they did, they just raised, I believe, I don't know the exact number. I want to say $30,000 for St. Jude. So that was
That's
really
cool.
yeah. So and this like like they only when they open up their applications they only select a few people. So the fact that I got selected, the fact that a lot of people got selected is a very awesome thing. So congratulations to everybody that got selected. Yo, you guys deserve it. And they follow the same things I do, about positivity and be careful, how you present yourself on social media. Like all the T's that I already crossed, and I'm like, man, like it was good to be a part of something that like of something that you already do, because it just like it like we help each other. It's like amplifies each other, So it's pretty sick. So that's like my big thing this week. And then also the new microphone, which is freaking awesome. I also put my camera in a new angle too, so people are liking that. Yeah, but other than that, I've been chilling. Trying to play Tekken. It's been horrible. I downloaded Wild City again. Was gonna make some more videos on it, but then I got a lot of hate mail in my Wild City freaking thing, man. I was like, because I guess people be watching the YouTubes, and I guess apparently, even though I got like hair on my face, people think I'm a kid. So I just thought that was funny. Then and I'm a hacker apparently. OG, I'm a 12-year-old hacker with hair on my face. So man, hold up. So
learning new things every day about
yeah, I was like, man, I don't even know if I want to play this now because yeah. So I haven't done that, and then I actually downloaded. There's a new game, I don't know. It's a new game that that I found. It's another battle royale game on the phone. Looks just kind of like PUBG but plays better. It's called Free Run. I've been checking that out. It's been pretty cool. Been a lot of fun. So yeah, been thinking about doing some videos on that because I know you ain't never gonna play no battle royale game. That's not your thing. So
nope.
Thinking about doing that. Yeah, and I watched the Fortnite tournament, which was really cool. I watched the Fortnite Cup or whatever they call it. And yeah, that's been pretty much my week. I do have a crazy announcement that you're going to be very, very excited for, and I guarantee you don't know. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. But why don't you go ahead and drop us with some knowledge, man?
Okay, well, I'm gonna kind of piggyback on the whole, being careful what you post on social media and just being a good example in general. One of the biggest things that's come out in the news lately is a certain voice actor who's being removed from certain games.
Yeah.
So, to put it in perspective, I'm not going to say the person's name, but there is a person who is a voice actor for the new Fire Emblem Three Houses, and he also does voice acting for Fire Emblem Heroes, which are two huge titles as far as Nintendo is concerned.
Right.
Well, it came out recently that a lot of people came forward doing a lot of harassment claims against the guy.
Uh-huh.
And apparently it must be true because then there was some evidence of him responding and apologizing to said people that he, did what he did.
Uh-huh.
And because Nintendo obviously got wind of this, they are removing him from the Fire Emblem voice acting character that he plays on both games, and they're going to
Dang.
replace him with somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can they do that?
Nintendo, yeah, you can do that easily.
But
Yeah,
like, it's the game's already out though. Like,
that's fine. You can still change it.
it,
Like for example, with Fire Emblem Heroes, you just remove it, and then so whenever somebody plays again, they'll just basically patch it up, like an update or whatever,
so
and you'll have the new voice actor.
it's all patch notes, patch notes. Voice been removed. New voice.
Yeah. Yep, new voice,
That's
new voice
crazy.
actor, and everything. And Nintendo jumped on it real quick. Like they were not messing around, because just like in the movie industry and any other form of media, if something comes out about you doing stuff, there are consequences. And video gaming is no different. If a gaming company knows that you've done something really shady, they can pull the plug on you. Especially if you're just doing voice acting, that's an easy replacement.
Oh, easy. Yeah,
You
easy.
know, and that's
You-
exactly what Nintendo did. They were right on that, and of course, I expect Nintendo to be right on that too.
You know
You know,
Nintendo though ain't gonna play. I mean, shoot, they sued us for 10 cents. No, I'm just kidding. They really didn't do that, but they probably
so,
would if they saw that we're using their red still. Uh, oh, but yeah, I mean that. I'm not surprised, and I don't blame them doing that. Honestly, they should do that because if not, it sends people the wrong message.
exactly. And Nintendo has a reputation to uphold, and they're not going to be that company to have someone with that kind of an active history, on their platform. So that's why you got to be just careful about what you do in life, and just don't do that kind of stuff. Like
Right,
it's as simple as that. Just have a little morality, have a little bit of I don't know, self control, whatever. You know what I mean?
right.
Because it will affect your career, especially nowadays. Where so like because back in the old days, I mean, you didn't have like Facebook, Twitter, people with camera phones and stuff like that, or being able to make video. Like people didn't have access to that, so it was a lot easier to hide your crime.
Well,
Nowadays,
not so,
you know when someone
and
watches.
by saying that, we're not saying that you should do crime or that you should have done crime back
Right.
in the day, but we're just saying that, like, you know, it was it was not only that, but it was harder to get into video and gaming back in the day too. It is not as easy, and I feel like and I'm gonna piggyback off of this a little bit. I feel like that's where people like don't understand. Like even though you are not a big streamer, or you might be a big streamer, but even me, even though I'm not a big huge streamer and I don't get numbers like Ninja, I don't get numbers like um whoever, Courage, whatever. We'll name drop a little bit, so I can put them in the tags. No, I'm just kidding. But just because I don't get numbers like that does not mean that I could be irresponsible and be stupid. Because you never know who's listening. You never know who you influence. I was making a picture the other day, and I was taking a picture of my new microphone, and I was trying to do the caption and whatever. I couldn't get the light right, so I didn't post it, but it was going to say, with great power comes responsibility. And I was going to talk about that even though you may not want to choose to be an influence to somebody, you don't have a choice. Once you become live, once you become put on social media, once you become put on video, you don't have a choice whether you influence somebody or not. So and the way you use your voice is a choice. You could either use your choice to motivate, or you can use your voice to tear somebody down. And you being a person that tears somebody down, whether it be emotionally, physically, it's just there's gonna be repercussions, and repercussions have come towards this guy on Nintendo, Mr. Fire Emblem. So which character was he? Do we know?
Yeah, it is confirmed which character it was, but I don't remember the name of the character.
Okay.
But they are. I think they've already, if I'm not mistaken, have found the replacement. I didn't go
Okay.
that deep
Because
into it.
you remember there's a Fire Emblem there's Fire Emblem characters in Smash Brothers also.
I don't think he's any of them.
Okay.
They only specifically mentioned there. He only did voice acting for Fire Emblem Heroes and Fire Emblem Three Houses. He did. He's not one of the actors in the Smash, so you're not gonna see an update there about
Oh,
that.
okay.
So it's not one of those. It's not
Okay,
one of the
good.
big ones, thankfully.
Okay,
But
okay.
but it is still a big deal, and with your actions, a lot of people in business they look at that kind of stuff, and there's a chance that you could get fired or not even get hired at certain places because of your conduct. You got to be
Yeah,
you know
we've talked about this before. Jobs look at your social media. They
they
can
do.
hire you or fire you on your social media. Um,
Mhm.
my wife, not the job she's at now, is a different job because she posted one time that she might be looking for another job. Um, she almost got in trouble for that. She had to delete it off Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Uh, actually, no, that wasn't the case. Let me be real. What it was I posted, hey, does anybody have any good job offerings? My wife might be looking for another job. I tagged my wife, thinking, hey, that's smart thinking, so they could contact my wife instead of contacting me with the information. Right? No, her job saw that and she got in trouble. I had to delete the post.
Mm.
Even though it was me, um, she didn't post it. I tagged her in it. She still got in trouble, and that's why. And that is so very, very, very why I say if you're gonna tag me in something, be careful because it can still come back to me. You know what I mean? In
Yeah.
anything, because it's prime example. I did it to my wife. I almost got my wife fired because of that. But she was like, "Look, it was my husband. He's crazy. He doesn't know what which I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Mm.
I wanted her to keep her job at the time, so throw me under the bus. I don't care what they think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care. So like, and that's why I'm so very careful. Like, don't tag me in your drama because I'm not. Don't not all boo boo. Nope. So, yeah, you just got to be very
Mm.
careful about social media. You got
Yeah.
to. Social media is your live resume. In a sense.
Oddly enough, yes. And the sad thing is, it's only in the negative light. They're not going to look at your positive stuff. They're looking to find dirt and a reason not to hire you,
Yeah.
which is kind of a shame, but
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
Um, and
Yeah.
I have had a coworker at a previous job get fired for a certain social media post. I think they had like called in sick or whatever, and then was posting on Facebook all the stuff they were doing that day, obviously proving that they were lying. And so, being that they had friends on their list that happened to work for the company, that happened to be in high positions, yeah, and that was just something stupid to do, to be honest with you. That your manager are on your Facebook and you say that kind of stuff.
That's
Like,
dumb.
that person was
That that
asking to get
that I
fired.
was about to say that person wanted them to see that.
Yeah.
That
But
person wanted them to see that.
yeah,
That's
it probably did. So that
that's
person
dumb.
I never saw again.
you know and that's why I'm also very careful because not only am I part of the Rock Squad, which whatever I post it still represents with the Rock Squad, but it's the same thing with Able Gamers, and these are things that before I joined the Rock Squad, these are things that were never discussed in Able Gamers. That's just these are things like in social media and streaming and stuff, like that's common sense. Like you have to understand that even if you're not even part of a team or an org or whatever, you're still representing yourself in a good light. And if you are wanting, quote unquote, these people, to sponsor you, to partner you, to whatever you have to promote yourself in a good light. And if you're always complaining or talking mess or talking trash or whatever the case may be, they're going to be like, yeah, that person's cool, but he just doesn't represent us in the right light. So move on to the next one.
Yep.
And that's just how it is.
Yep.
Whether you like it or not, whether you think it's fair or not, I hate to break it to you, life has never been fair since before I was born. So, you know, you either got to roll with it or get out the game, you know?
Yep.
So,
show.
Yo. And that's a little handy, deep OG moment right there. Sorry. Kind of went deep, but I like going deep about that kind of stuff because a lot of people, like, I feel like that's where a lot of people, like, miss it is with social media. You know what I mean? A lot of people use social media to scream at people to get things done, and it's just not how to go about social media. But on lighter news, I want to make OG smile a little bit. This is going to be only huge for him. A lot of you probably listening or chilling in the chat right now. You're probably going to be a little too young to know what this is. But it made me smile when I heard it. Guess what game's coming back? And it's the exact version of the game. They're not redoing it. They're not making an HD version of it or anything like that. Are you ready? Are you ready? Monster Rancher.
Oh, that's legit. I like that. That is legit. Is that going to be on Switch or what?
They are thinking that it's going to be on your mobile device, which is your phone.
I do like that.
Yes.
I will definitely be playing the crap out of that.
We have no release dates. We have no any other information, just that Monster Rancher is getting re-released.
Nice.
But
would you? We were both huge Monster Rancher fans in the day. The card game version.
Yes.
Another version that's not card based.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're going to be able to play PvP. What up, Claudia? What's good, man? So you're going to be able to play your decks against people. Can you believe people
actually play against people?
Yes.
The card game where you couldn't play against each other.
Oh yes, and we were sad about that. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're having internet issues on your side again.
And might be able to relate.
Go ahead. You cut out.
Sure. So for those of you who have played the Monster Rancher card game for the PlayStation back in the day, if you did versus, the way that it worked was you had to select like a computer partner, and instead of you playing,
your internet went dumb.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Only when we're talking about really important stuff.
So, for those that have played in the past,
yes,
for PlayStation, the Monster Rancher game,
yes,
when you try to do versus, instead of playing against each other, you had to play against a computer of their choosing.
Right.
Which was just annoying.
Yeah, it was dumb. But people are already complaining.
Why?
Because they're like, well, it's not going to be the same because you can't put a disc in and get the special cards. They're like saying that was like one of the things that made the game like different, and like putting in codes is just so instead of like the disc, of course, you're gonna have to put in like codes. So yeah, people are upset about that.
I wouldn't be upset about that. I mean, my understanding is you could still get all the cards either way.
Right. But
with the exception of one. There was one specific disc you had to have to get a specific card. That was the only exception. Other than that, everything you can get by playing.
So let me explain a little bit, give a little background. So this game for PlayStation 1 had a Easter egg, I guess you would say. Anytime you had, because you can unlock cards. Me and OG found out one day in the unlock card area, if you put a audio disc in, any audio disc in, it would unlock certain cards. Certain
Yep.
audio discs would unlock certain cards, and you were able to get certain cards. So basically, if you didn't have certain CDs, you couldn't get certain cards. I mean, you could. It was just a little harder to get. And that's what made the game fun. Oh, I mean, no, the game was still fun. Let me say that back. The game was still fun, but it was just made the game like
It separated itself from every other game because that was a very unique.
yeah, like it was a very unique feature. Like it like made the game like special, you know, because it's like, ooh, what happens if I put on Limp Bizkit hot dog flavored water? Will I get hot dog flavored water card? You know what I'm saying? You just never knew. And it just made the game so popular. In fact, back when the internet was like old, there was a lot of forums about it, and you can go online and check to see which disc did certain cards. It was really cool.
It was.
It made a community out of it, and that's why people are mad, because like it's so-called not catering to the community, I guess. But I'm still excited. I'm still gonna play it. It's probably one of the first digital card games I ever played, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Well, I had to think about that. I had to think which came out first, Monster Rancher or Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories for
I
PlayStation.
think it was Monster Rancher, dude. I want to
You
say,
might be right.
yeah, because I think we were around when when Yu-Gi-Oh got created. I think we were I won't say the pioneers of Yu-Gi-Oh, because that just makes it sound too cool. But we were one of the first peoples to really play Yu-Gi-Oh when it came out. You know what I mean? As far as the physical card game, I don't think it didn't become a digital card until after Monster Rancher. Because
Okay.
I don't think there was any other digital cards games back in the day for PlayStation rather than Monster Rancher and Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't remember any other ones.
I'm looking it up right now as far as the release dates.
Yeah.
Let me see.
So yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
Oh, I'm hype. I am 100% downloading that. I want that now.
Yeah, I was like, why can't we just do that now? Why are we waiting?
Yeah.
Like, there's really no reason to wait. How you doing, No Cloudy? How you doing, bud? Um, yeah. So I believe it was Monster Rancher, and the graphics were pretty good back then. And
Yeah, they were good for what they were. All right, so the Monster Rancher battle card. Oh, and this is the. Let me look up the play because apparently that was a Game Boy version. I'm looking for the
really,
PlayStation
there
version.
was a Game Boy version.
Looking
Interesting.
for the Game Boy Color to be specific.
What? Why do we didn't have it?
Well, see, back then, I mean, I had a regular Game Boy, but I never owned a Game Boy Color. And the only Game Boy that I had after that would have been the. I think the next one I got was the SP, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
yeah.
Before I got the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we I completely skipped Game Boy Color, unfortunately.
Yeah, I wasn't really big into the Game Boy stuff. I never like I had it. It just wasn't my favorite stuff.
Got you.
Its screen was too small. Oh, I have a confession.
Uh oh.
My wife almost broke our Switch.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. Yup. Luckily, I fixed it last night. Like, cause she's the only one. She's the only one that plays it in handheld mode. Like the only one. Like nobody in her house plays handheld mode. Like nobody, right? I say it like there's like a bunch of people in her house. There's really not. It's just me, my wife, and my kid. But she's the only one that plays in handheld mode, right? Well,
Mm-hmm.
like the connection where the Joy-Con connects to the Switch, it got loose, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
not on the Switch side, but on the Joy-Con side. So that you barely move the Joy-Con, and it would disconnect from the side, and it would stop working. And I was like,
Uh-oh.
uh oh. I was like, McFly. I was like, no. And I was like, honestly, I haven't played my Switch in months.
Whoop.
Yeah. Just due to lack of content for Smash, right? Well,
Fair enough.
except for last night. So, and I'll get into more of that later in the podcast. But
Oh, I got a date, by the way, for
you got a date?
the
What is it?
for the actual PlayStation Monster Rancher. It came out December 23rd of 1999.
Dang.
99 was a good year, by the
My
way.
my favorite Bone Thugs and Harmony album. East
There you go.
1999 999. What y'all know about that, man?
That was a good old.
Oh
Let me
man.
look up the Yu-Gi-Oh game to see when that came out.
When we used to make the Star Fox 64 characters sing Bone Thugs and Harmony, we were so creative back then. Why couldn't content create?
No, we're not gonna go there.
Why couldn't we have content creation back then? We were so creative. We were so
Yeah.
creative back then. We had a lot of recreational things to help us in some cases, but
Oh, we did.
but yeah. You know, it was those we literally would just stay at each other's houses and just play games all day long. Literally, my summer. What did you do at this? People ask me, what did you do this summer? Oh, I went to OG's house from 7 o'clock in the morning until like 4 in the afternoon and just played video games every day for 6 weeks straight. Literally,
Yep.
that's what we would do, and we would have tournaments. Yeah, and we would.
And Yu-Gi-Oh did come out later. It was December 9th of 1999.
See?
It came out in the same year.
See?
It's just a little bit later.
See, I knew it because I remember I went and bought Forbidden Memories, right?
Mhm.
And I was disappointed because I compared it to Monster Rancher. And at that time, Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't, I mean, we were playing it physically, and I believed we were preparing for a tournament. And I believe, quote unquote, I said this could help us train for the tournament. Remember? I said these
Yeah,
things.
you did.
I said these things because I was always the instigator to try to get my friends to buy things. Okay?
Mhm.
That was me. And then OG would follow suit after. But anyway, so I was like, this would help us win tournaments in Yu-Gi-Oh. This is gonna be awesome. And then I was like, imagine what we could do, because look what you could do at Monster Rancher. Yeah. The one thing that Yu-Gi-Oh had over Monster Rancher was you could play with your friends. That was. Wait, no, I take that back.
You could.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you
Yu-Gi-Oh,
could.
you could.
Okay.
The problem was that it wasn't like the original card game. The rules were completely different.
Oh yeah.
Completely
You're right.
different.
You're right.
And that's why that was we could play against each other, and it was okay.
It was
but
okay, but
It wasn't
yeah.
great, but yeah, it's nothing like the actual physical game itself. Like a lot of the video game versions that came out on PlayStation and PS2 had their own rules.
Yeah, which is
Now
dumb.
the Game Boy versions of Yu-Gi-Oh, those have the right rules, but the PlayStation and PS2, unfortunately, no.
And actually, those are the ones that are ported over to the PlayStation 4 or the Game Boy Advance ones. Well, they remind me of the Game Boy Advance. So if you're looking for something to that, go purchase the ones on the PS4. Or I believe they're on the Xbox, and I believe they're on Switch now, which is really cool. Yeah, but and not to toot our own horns, but we did go and win tournaments. We did win the tournaments, by the way, when we did go play. We were pretty good back in the day. We was alright. We blew a lot of money playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
We did, but it was fun.
It was fun. It was definitely a lot of fun. What was really cool is like all of us was into it. It wasn't just like me or you. Like the whole group was into
We
it.
got a lot of the crew in.
We even-
I think it would be like 5 or 6 of us showing up at a tournament, just squatting up.
Yeah. That's before orgs were orgs, and you were getting paid to play stuff, and you would try to get your org to get in as many positions as possible. We had our own. We were back in the day. Kids, mute your ears. But back in the day, we were Bitch Pal. That's who we were. We were Bitch Pal. That's exactly who we were.
Mhm.
So, yep, that was good old times.
Yep. Good old
Yeah.
days.
Yep. So,
Some more
oh,
simpler times, but anyway.
yeah, when stuff was great. Dude, we even had Tim playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he used to take me out for coffee in the morning. We used to go to Starbucks and we'd play against each other, and I would have to, teach him, some strats and whatnot.
Which
Yeah.
is very rough to do. You-
Yeah, it was challenging, if you will. Yeah.
I bring Tim up because okay, so this is one of the enjoyments I had this weekend. Okay, so I'm very rarely on my Xbox. Everybody knows I enjoy playing my PS4 more than my Xbox. Sorry, Cloudy, I love you, man. But I was I saw that I was watching something on my Xbox, um, just because it's easier. Um, and I saw Tim was on Call of Duty. And I was like, ooh, I was like, I'm gonna go get him, right? I'm gonna go get on the opposite lobby and I'm gonna go destroy Tim, right? Well,
Hmm.
Call of Duty was not being cool. Call of Duty put me on the same team as him. But he was still freaking out. He was all, I didn't say nothing, right? Like, I just didn't say a word. He was all, Handy? Handy, is that you? Because he saw the name, right? He's like, no, that isn't Handy. That can't be Handy. It's like 11 o'clock at night, and he doesn't play Xbox. He's always on the PS4. That's not Handy. So he messaged me on. So then he messages me on Facebook, right? I don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. He's like, is this you? I just don't say nothing. I don't say nothing. And then he invites me to a party. I don't say nothing. I play like 2 or 3 more games. I like destroy. I get put on the main stage or whatever. And he was like, that's gotta be Handy, yo. I know this guy. He's like telling the chat, I know this guy. And I'm just quiet. And then finally I invited him to a party. And he was like, I knew it was you. And I was like, yeah, what's up, bro?
That's hilarious.
Oh, it made my day, dude. It was so much fun. I was like, oh, this is great. So yeah. I ended up playing a couple of games with him in Call of Duty. And of course, it was the same old thing. I don't know why I'm dying. Same old. I didn't see him. He wasn't there. I'm like, I just got to the point, like, I'm like, Tim, Call of Duty will always be Call of Duty, buddy.
Yep.
Yes. Speaking of which, I already have the new Call of Duty. Already, thanks to a certain somebody. But I have it on Xbox, so I will be playing Call of Duty when it comes out.
Nice.
Yes, so we'll be grinding that. What up, Abomination? What's good, man? Y'all see? The beast has been slayed off my face by my beautiful wife. So we literally have Beauty and the Beast.
Nice.
Yeah. Man, yeah, it was getting pretty bad. My mustache hairs was having a mind of its own and was sticking out in weird places. So it was time to let it go. You know what I'm saying?
Let it go.
Let it go. Yeah. But why don't you go ahead and drop some knowledge? Even though I'm still excited.
We've been like reminiscing for a while.
Yeah.
And we could do that.
Yeah. We could literally have a podcast of just our good old times back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Abomination, don't lie. And then we can have them as like guests. Like we can have a lot of guests on our show then, because then we can have P-Lip and Pitchfork and Tim, Mr. Blue Shoes. Mr. Blue Shoes. We had nicknames for all our friends.
Proud of that.
Dude, you should be proud of that, bro. You should be. That was very hard and very convincing to do, man.
Anyway, we're gonna get back on track.
Yes.
So this is off of the continuation of the Nintendo Joy-Con drama. So Nintendo now offers free Joy-Con repairs as firm is struck with the class action lawsuit.
Mm.
So now, not only are you able to get your Joy Cons quote unquote fixed for free, and I say that
Mm-hmm.
because you could probably fix it yourself,
Yes, it's
but
not
they're
hard.
also apparently giving out refunds for people who.
For people, you cut out right when you said for when people want when people get refunds for what? Not saying anything? No, I'm just kidding. Don't say
Uh,
nothing. You get a refund. Okay, what? Forget people get refunds for what?
so if you've already, like prior to now, if you had
Mm,
already sent in your Joy Cons for repairs for the same reason,
mm-hmm,
and you paid for it, then
mm.
you can get a refund now. Now, I'm not sure if you have to request it or if you're automatically getting sent a check. I have no idea how they're doing that. But anybody who is now sending in their Joy Cons to be repaired for that specific reason, they're offering free repair.
I smell a hustle somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just look. I'm speaking from a hustle mentality. Like I could see somebody like cashing in somehow and getting free Joy Cons and getting free money at the same time. I'm just
Yeah.
saying because it's too it's too easy to make a stick drift. Just like it's too
Yeah.
easy to fix, it's too easy to make them broken. So I mean, go break them, send them into Nintendo, get your money back, and get another set of Joy Cons.
Well, I want to say Nintendo is smart enough to know that if someone sends in a Joy-Con that's completely destroyed, it has nothing to do with the actual
Well,
stick itself,
you don't
and they're
have
not
to.
going to give you a
You don't have.
refund.
You don't have to completely destroy it. You just gotta make it
Yeah.
drift. Oh
And
yeah.
we're not encouraging you to try to
No,
take
I'm
advantage
not.
of the system.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying. Okay, I smell something here. And to go back to my Joy-Con story, I did end up fixing it. It just
Good.
wasn't clicked in all the way. That was kind of sad. Cloudy says, "When are you going to beat my butt with my Wesker deck handy? As soon as the game doesn't frustrate me enough to where I can actually play you without it messing up, man. Like that really like when I was talking about in the beginning of the podcast, like the whole like having a hard time being able to play with you and stuff and it freezing, like that discourages me from playing the whole game altogether. Like makes me not want to tweak my deck, makes me not want to grind. Like it discourages me like to the like and that's why I'm saying that's like a big thing to me is like I can care less about graphics, I can almost care less about content, but yo, Crew Dog with the raid just literally scared the poop out of me. I literally just jumped. What up, man? What up, Crew Dog? Thank you so much for the raid. But like, if the connection sucks, like, that's a big pet peeve for me.
Time to bring the
Yo, boobies with the resub. Let's go.
pain. Headshot.
What?
Thank you for that
Rest in
resub.
pieces.
That sounds like a good one.
Thank you for that resub. 26 months in a row. Oh my Jesus.
Man, that's a
That's
long
cool.
relationship.
I know, Jesus. It's a good one though. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Flight crew raid Twitch raid crudo daddy Twitch raid crudo daddy Twitch raid crudo daddy Twitch raid crudo daddy Twitch raid
Buckle up.
crudo daddy.
Poop himself. Yo, I really did though. I really did. I literally jumped up and almost started walking. Man, if that ever did happen, you know, I could tell you this right now. Some people be like, I knew he could walk. Fraud. I could see that happening. um, but yeah, like I don't know, man. That's probably like one of the pet peeves of mine of any game. It's like connection. So
Not being able to, chill with your boys
and yeah, you went out.
targeting to me is all about is being able to chill with your friends.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You're cutting in and out again, of course, because
Of course.
the Spectrum is garbage. I'm just kidding. You're not the only one that has problems with Spectrum, just so you know. So I don't think it's you. I think it's Spectrum. And it's funny, like ever when you have problems, Spectrum, like other people I see on Twitter, like having problems with Spectrum. So, in our area,
we got fast speeds, we just can't use it.
it's just not reliable. That's
There
not.
is another test that I plan on doing to see if it changes anything. I'll test it next week because basically you have 5G and 2G. So I'm probably gonna switch Gs and see if it makes a
Which
difference.
G are you on?
I'll have to look at this tablet because I have them split up. Well, I tried to have them split up so it wouldn't take up all the bandwidth. But let me double check here. Hold on.
I have my phones on the 5G. Well,
yeah, my tablet's on the 5G.
Yeah. I think 2G.
To the 2G, if it makes it better because of the fact that I'm not clogging it up with everything else.
I don't know
if it makes a difference or not, but anything's worth testing.
Hey, you gotta test it for science. Well, I always say what works for you doesn't work for everybody else. And because, and what I've been trying to explain to my wife, just because the internet says it doesn't work this way, doesn't mean it doesn't work this way.
You gotta mess with it.
You know, I told my wife the other day, my wife's been having this like issue like with her Cricut and stuff. They doing some certain things with the shirts. She's like, but the internet says do it this way. And I said, but love, if I listen to the internet, I wouldn't be streaming because the internet also says that I can't stream with a laptop with an Elgato HD60 capture card and do all these fancy things that I'm doing now. So I was like, but guess what? Your man's doing it. And she's like, yeah, you have a point. And I said, also the internet said I wouldn't be able to stream with an i3 processor, but your man did it. You know what I'm saying? So, whoa, a podcast? Yes, sir. We're on episode 129. We've been doing this podcast. Dang, you realize we've almost been doing this podcast 3 years?
Yep.
Oh my Jesus. Yep. And so, the internet also said Tide Pods were editable. Xbox app and PS4 app are bring to PC capture. Bam. Yeah, I use an Elgato. Here's the reason why I don't use the wireless thing is because a lot of times, not saying like if you don't have a capture card, that's understandable. I totally get it. But if you have the means to get a capture card, I would strongly suggest it because the capture card or the stream takes so much more bandwidth than what it needs to. And then you're also running bandwidth for the game, so you're really bogging down your internet, and then because of that, you're not able to give the quality to the stream that you need to. Most of the times out of 10, you're having to run like a 1500 or 1400 bit rate, and if you're trying to run at least 720p, that's a low bit rate, and it makes your stream look very grainy. Well, just saying that people shouldn't. Yeah. I totally. But I'm just, for the people that are also listening, I'm giving any advice because they'd be like, "Oh, well, I'm just gonna throw my Elgato in the trash." No, don't do that. Keep your Elgato. There's always wills and ways. You don't have to. Yeah. So, taking in terms of starting. Yeah, exactly. What I did is I just did it straight from the Xbox. I didn't even use a PC, and then I saved up whatever little bit I could get, and then I bought an i3 processor laptop. It wasn't the best choice. Here's the thing: I thought I bought an i7 at first. But when I actually looked at the PC, I realized it was an i3, and it was already like way over before I could return it. So I just dealt with what I had, and they're like, you can't use an i3 with an Elgato HD." And I was like, bet me, watch me. And for like the second year when I met Crew Dog and all them, yeah, that was streaming from an i3 processor, and it ran pretty well. Yeah, like upgraded as you go along. Yep, and that's what I've been doing. I've upgraded as what I go along. Like next thing I want to upgrade, next thing I would like to upgrade to is I want to get an HDMI, or not HDMI. I want to get a USB hub thing that plugs into the wall, and so I get a powered USB hub extender, and then I'm gonna get a Stream Deck. Yo, Sedated, what's up? Happy belated birthday, brother. I haven't seen you online or anything, so I didn't get to wish you happy birthday. But happy belated birthday. I know your birthday was close to mine, so happy birthday, bro. How do you join in on the podcast? I love chatting. Chatting. You ever want a guest? Hey, I mean, pretty soon we'll be having guests pretty soon. We haven't really decided when. I think once we get the transition stable, because we're transitioning from SoundCloud over to Anchor. Once we get that stable and once we get everything going the way that we want to go, and we get OG moved and get his internet connection a little bit better, hoping, praying to Jesus, please, baby Jesus. We'll probably be doing guest pretty soon. I just like to help when I can. Hey man, it's all good, man. We love people that love to help, man. You can also join the Discord. There's a breaking news section. Just do !Discord or go down into the information and to the panels below, and it takes you straight to my Discord link, and you can join in, and you can, if you have articles that you want to discuss, bring in, or you actually there's also a Patreon too. If you OG knows more about that. I'll let him explain that a little bit later when he's ready. But yeah, there's a Patreon where, like, if you join that, and you have like an article like you definitely want on the show, certain Patreons can get their certain articles on the show. It's pretty cool. Welcome Raiders. Yo, what up, Sedated? What's good, man? What's good? What up, Jax? What up, man? So, Abomination, speaking of Spectrum sucking, I'm losing internet again. See? It's not just you, OG. Spectrum.
Yep, we're losing together.
Yes. You lose connection together. Yes. So I don't know whose turn it is, but I believe it's mine, isn't it? Or no? On news.
I can bring something up.
Okay.
If you want.
Go ahead.
So this is kind of something that's more up your alley because you sort of brought it up already.
Okay.
So I'm just going to kind of just talk about it because I've seen this all over different medias. Fortnite World Cup.
Dun 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 dun.
So what's important about this is it's a big deal. This is Fortnite's very, very first World Cup.
A lot of people don't know that. Go ahead.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. This is their first World Cup, and they dropped over $30 million in prize money.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money to play video games.
Yes.
That's fantastic. I love the fact that I live in a time where people can make money being a competitive, esports person.
Yes.
Like, that's fantastic.
Yes.
I think the number one person was it $6 million?
No, it was $3 million. It was $3
million.
million.
Oh, he was 16 years old.
Yeah, he was
got
16 years
old.
old.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, he almost got beat by a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, what blows my mind is you could be 13 years old and be eligible to win $3 million.
That's so amazing.
That's so amazing, guys. Like, some people think that's stupid, but that's so amazing. That's so amazing. This is a wonderful time that we live in, not only just for gaming, but just for entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Yeah.
Yes, you can literally start up a company and get going within a day if you do it right. I'm not saying that's what I've done because my wife's done because I told her to go slow. But hold on, I'm reading chat. I just like to help. Not big Fortnite. Not big Fortnite. Hey, love or hate Fortnite? I say this. What up, TD? I saw you say hey back there. You know, love or hate Fortnite, you gotta love and respect the fact that they're giving people opportunities.
Yeah, like I don't play Fortnite either. I've never played Fortnite. I never will play Fortnite. That's not my thing. But I do respect the fact that that people that love to play video games can make a living off of it. I love that. This is like the best time to live in right now for gamers.
Like I suck at playing Fortnite. Like I'm not the greatest player in the world, but I love the opportunity that it gives people, especially young kids, man. Especially young kids. It's great. You know, I just hope, you know, the young kids that do well, if you ever listen to this podcast, please invest your money. Don't go blow it. Please. Please. Invest. You know, find good investments because
the reason he says that is most people that win the lottery end up going bankrupt.
Yeah.
So, just because they're not responsible with their money.
Yep.
Or they let somebody else tell them how to spend their money, and then they're still broke a couple of years later. So,
yeah. I'm not gonna tell you what to invest in, but I'm just saying there's a lot of good investments to invest. You know, you know, or you can keep it in the savings. You know what I'm saying, and just let it grow. You know, but don't spend it all in one place because I guarantee you, even as a streamer, that one big lump sum doesn't always last forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm just speaking from a streamer standpoint. There might be 1 month you might get $300 or $400, right? Correct. But guess what? That's not gonna be because the one thing you have to learn about. Yo, Mosquito, what's up? The one thing you have to learn about the gaming industry with money is the money always fluctuates, right? Especially with content creator, 1 month you might get $200, 1 month you might get $100, 1 month you may not even make quota. But what you need to do instead of spending all that money at once is save it and then only spend it on things that you absolutely need or that can absolutely help the stream or whatever the case may be. Invest. TD says, I think you don't see my tweet. I am playing in a 10K tournament at a local land center and first place. Yo! Well, yeah, I haven't really been on Twitter, man, today. But congratulations, TD.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's dope.
There's so many opportunities, and not just with Fortnite. I mean, other games as well.
But Fortnite's leading the charge though. Ain't nobody doing it like.
Actually, there is one other game that's made a little more money in prizes. I'm trying to remember if it's Counter-Strike or if it's There is another game that basically this tournament is actually the second most in prize money. I just can't remember what the other one was. I looked it up, but I didn't save it because I was gonna say this was the number one, but this is actually the number two. I found out. Well, I'll have to look it up again.
Andy Cookin, can you raise your volume? Yeah, I'm trying to find the sweet spot, guys, because 1 minute, like when it comes out to recording, OG it compresses, or when it comes out to the file, OG is lower. If you go back and listen to the podcast, if you go back and listen, OG is like lower, and if I turn myself up more, I'm gonna peak. So mainly like. The way I have it mixed right now is for the compression after it gets released to the audio. So I do apologize, but yeah. And again, it's because he has to run through desktop audio. he has to run through the desktop audio. So then it also runs through the what you call it. So when I do like tomorrow's stream, what are you doing? Huh? No, I already ate it. What you mean? No, she already microwaved it. What you
You're
mean?
doing daddy stuff.
Yes. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Like yeah. So for instance, like I'm gonna have to turn this down for tomorrow because it's gonna be too loud. So it's like I don't have a designated volume in OBS for OG. Yes, he has a designated spot in Discord, but that doesn't matter because his audio comes through the desktop. So yeah, it's a little song and dance right now. So you just have to bear with me. I'll turn them down a little bit though. Because mainly the last episode. Okay, so the episode before that, I was too quiet because my mic sucked back then, and then the last week's episode, he was like way too quiet. Up and down. So, up, not down. Who, me? Me or up, not down? Up, not down. OG up? Okay, so you want OG up. Alright, OG talk for me for a second.
1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, geez.
Everybody sing it for me because we're testing. 1, 2, 3.
Is that better? Is that better,
Can I
chat?
make an album now?
Yeah. Mike Jones coming soon. Yo, I had somebody speaking of which, I had a little more. I had somebody tag me in something yesterday. And they were like talking about the old UC rappers, old Universal City rappers, and somebody tagged me in it. I thought that was pretty cool. And they're like, do you still spit? And I was like, yeah, I spit, but I haven't recorded anything. Like, man, you should record some, man. That'd be dope. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. I was like, I do got a new mic. I do got to bust it in. Your volume is perfect. Andy Kill Kim. What? My volume is perfect. Like now, everything's perfect now. Freestyle now? No, we are not freestyling on the podcast. I did that once and I wasn't feeling it. I have to be like gaming or doing something. I got to be feeling it. And right now, I'm not feeling it for the podcast. Unless OG busts out with conjunction junction. What the dunk is your function?
Not doing all that. Not today.
But
there was another. Going back to the tournament scenario, there was another person who has a show on YouTube who brought up the fact that it's great to live in a world where gamers can compete. And the other flip side to that is for those people who are not, say, good enough to make a lot of money as far as being competitive, you can still be a content creator and make money, whether it's on Twitch or YouTube, whatever you decide to do. Like, gamers have so many opportunities right now to be successful in the gaming industry that it's amazing to live in this world right now.
Yeah, it's really crazy. It's amazing. It sucks that a lot of people take that for granted though too at the same time. But
it's always going to be like that. There's always going to be people who are just not going to appreciate it.
Right.
And that's just how people are.
Or complain that it's not enough, or complain that, well, it needs to be like this. And I'm like, I remember when we couldn't even do this, man. Like, this is not even a thing. Like, and it's like, I'm just grateful that it's here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, think about it like this, bro. We've been wanting to do something like this for a long time. Do you know if this kind of platform would have never happened, how hard it would have been to like get into that space, to be like a gamer, informer, person, reporter, whatever. I hate the whole word reporter because it's like, we can't be relaxed. But, if we wanted to, really do this, we would have had to probably went to journalism school and all this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But now we're just able to just get on here, go live and talk about our opinions, and, people enjoy it, and that's something, that's a blessing, guys. That's a very big blessing.
Now, don't get us wrong. There's nothing wrong with taking classes for journalism because, it is necessary if you are in an actual field. Like, for example, a lot of the people that work for Game Informer, they're journalists.
Right.
They are professionally doing stuff like this. We're just casually doing this.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something where we're actually interviewing, Miyamoto or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
We just, see what's going on in the industry. We talk about our opinions about it, but we're not like a main publishing company.
I mean,
we're not that big of a deal.
No, we say gaming news and all that, but we're not trying to be journalists
at that level. Yeah.
No, we're not trying to be journalists. We're just people that just, we are the gamer that just sits around and talks about gaming and gives our opinion. That's really, well, and even if y'all weren't listening, even if we didn't have this show, we'd still be doing it though. That's the beautiful thing. We would still be calling each other at least once a week and talking about what's going on. And we were like, yo,
right.
We should make this into a podcast. We've been doing this. Me and this dude been doing this for 17 years, probably longer. So, yeah. He said, I wish Twitch had a better search feature. Yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. Like YouTube. But then people would complain that it's like YouTube. That's the problem. To me, and then I'm just being real. To me, the tags they make no sense. The tags make no sense on Twitch. Maybe I'm using them wrong. Maybe I don't understand them. But to me, the tags make no sense.
What I've learned is a lot of things that seem useless, they have good reasons. We just don't understand the reason for it.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
You're right, because I've been I'm not gonna say who or whatever, because that's up to them if they want to, put themselves out there. But somebody's been really teaching me the benefits of the rerun, the Twitch, because you can have your Twitch VOD rebroadcasted and rerun. And I used to think that was very stupid. I used to think it was very, 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 very stupid until somebody showed me and explained it to me and broke it down. It's somebody from a different level. And I was like, that makes more sense. And I was like, well, then why don't they explain it like that? Because it would make a lot. I guarantee you. If a lot of people knew that knowledge, a lot of people would be using it a lot more. But a lot of people don't. I'm possibly going to be using it soon. I'm not going to say when because, it's a surprise. But now that I know what I know, it makes total sense. But the way they just released it, like, oh, here's the Twitch rerun feature, and you can rerun, and then, and then people think you're live, and you're not there, and then people get upset. Well, yeah. And yeah. So, yeah, rerun the podcast all week. Yeah, no, we're not rerunning the podcast all week. Unless that's what y'all want. If you want me to I could rerun the podcast on the weekends. I mean, if that's what y'all want, I'll do it, but, well, he said, well, the best way to find Twitch and OG content for YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Not referring to y'all. Yeah, no. Hey, you can refer to us, though, because you can find us on YouTube. You can find us on, well, not our channel, but you can find me on Instagram, and you can find me on Twitter. So, yeah. We also have a Patreon, too. So, yeah. we are still in the backlogs of Spotify, and we are still in the backlogs of Apple. So it's not that we're not being approved. We just haven't been approved yet. Like original content.
It's a process.
Yes, it's a process, unfortunately. But
it's fine.
At least they're not taking $15 a month like SoundCloud did for nothing. Although so
we did have a lot of viewers.
Yes, no, yeah, we do miss you. We do miss you, SoundCloud viewers. But we just hope you guys transition over to Anchor. Hopefully, if not, oh well. Ain't nothing I can tell you, man.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's what we want. Anchor? What's Anchor? Anchor is a podcast platform, kind of like YouTube, that automatically distributes your podcast to Apple, Stitcher, dang it, Spotify, and all these other ones that I didn't even know existed. Podbean, all the other ones we got already accepted to all the small ones. But we're just waiting for to get accepted on the big ones, which
we are on Anchor. So
yes, we are. Yeah, we are on Anchor. So all you got to do, if you click on the podcast panel below, you'll see it takes you right to the panel, and it takes you right to wherever else we can be heard. We're also on Google Podcasts too. So even if you don't have a app, you can just look us up on Google, and you can say, Google, play this podcast, and we could be played. So that's pretty dope. But it only works on Android devices.
Yeah, it's an Android thing.
Yes. Hope it's not crazy rip off contract like Boozer or whatever. No, we're not under any crazy contract or nothing.
Yeah, we don't do contracts.
Mm-mm. No, we're not under any crazy contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
And also, remember we do have a Patreon page as well. It's patreon.com/OG podcast. So those who wish to support us on the platform for the podcast specifically, you can support us over there. And then, of course, if you want to post anything, you can definitely post like comments, things like that. So, I mean, we do have that page. We've just put it up, so there's not really any activity on it yet. But now that we do actually have it up and running, you should be able to start posting things on it if you wish. So feel free to, show us some love over there.
Does it cost money? Only if you want it to cost money.
Yeah, it doesn't cost money to post stuff. Like if you just want to chat on it, that's fine too. Yeah. As far as the money part, that's only if you wish to donate. You don't have to.
Yeah, and that's only if you wish to. Yeah, only if you wish to donate. Only if you wish to subscribe to the thing. It's nothing obligated to do, but just know that like that money doesn't go to me specifically. That money doesn't go to him specifically. Like if you donate on this channel, right? Like if you sub to me, right? Like any sub like goes to me, right? But for the podcast, like that goes strictly to the podcast. Like if you guys like want us to, I don't know, take weird trips or something, I don't know, or mainly, we need to dispute we need to dispute platforms. Let's get on. I'm trying. It's not that there's no problem right now. It's just they're backlogged. You know what I'm saying? So,
it's not a quick approval process. It does take time.
Yeah. It's not because there's another OG podcast, because everybody knows there's no Optic Gaming podcast no more. So, yeah. So it's just backlogged. There's no like that. Yeah, that's fine. I don't mind. Then if they start saying something crazy, then that's when we need to worry. But okay. So because I got a podcast. Oh, you got okay. Because I got a podcast for accessible streamers. What? Real life platforms. Yo, that's dope. Oh, with General Knox? Yeah, I know that dude. He's cool dude, man. He's cool dude. we're very strongly opinionated people, but he's an awesome guy. I love him. He's a great guy. What up, Dark Angel? What's good? Hey, if y'all ever want a guest, holla at your boy. I'm always down to doing collaborations and guest stuff. I was supposed to do a guest collaboration with some other people, but I don't know. It kind of just fell through. I don't know what happened, but it's all good though. Dude.
And we've done collaborations on this channel before as well.
Yeah.
I think we did it a few months ago with a group of people. It was actually a lot of fun. It was cool.
Yeah. We're always down to do collaborations. Just know that, it's just gotta be reasonable. Okay. I can't wait to Fortnite update tomorrow. Just watched the new trailer. Oh yeah. I haven't watched the trailer yet. Oh man, new Fortnite tomorrow. Able Gamers is gonna be lit. Guys, I need y'all to go follow. If you're new to this channel, if you're new to listen to the podcast, go follow twitch.com/Able Gamers right now. Right now, because that's where we're gonna be tomorrow. Well, that's where I'm gonna be tomorrow. Streaming live. I do this every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and that's where we hang out and we have a good time and we raise money for Able Gamers. So please make sure to go. In the podcast, we will want your story. Hey, I'm all down to telling my story, man. It's literally my testimony, so I don't mind sharing my testimony. You know what's crazy, OG? I've actually been thinking about writing a book. It's been on my mind.
Nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Your story needs to be heard and read.
Yeah. Because that was the other thing I forgot to say in my weekend. I went to the snake farm, right? Took my nephews to the snake farm, and at the time I didn't know it was the owner. Okay, so this guy he was feeding the animals or whatever, and he comes up to me and he was like, yo, I used to be a trauma nurse. I used to work on the brain, and stuff like that. For brain injuries and stuff like that, so forth and so forth. And I was like, okay. And he was like, do you mind me asking what happened? I was like, no, I don't mind. I was like, it's no crazy accident or anything like that. I was just born with cerebral palsy. And he was like, well, and he was like, how did you, he's like, because a lot of people I see with cerebral palsy, can barely function or have like a feeding tube or can't talk, or they have to have like a stuff to like catch drooling on this. They're like, he's like, that's not you. He's like, what did you do? And I explained the process of how my life. He was like, wow. He was like, that's fascinating. He was like, have you ever thought about writing a book? I was like, yeah, I thought about it, but then and there he was like, well, if you ever want to, you should write a book, and if you do, come check me out. He's like, I got publishers that would probably want to publish your book. And I was like, man. I was like, okay. I was like, I see you. I was like, cool. And then like later on, I find out that's the freaking owner of the freaking snake farm. And I was like,
nice.
I was like, and then that's when it was like, and I was like, then I was reminded, you never know who you're entertaining. You never know, And I was like, wow, okay. So you never know, guys. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a great writer, so I'd have to have somebody write it for me as I'm talking. So my wife was like, well, use just voice dictation. I was like, have you not seen my text messages?
Yeah, don't use that. Trust me.
And she goes,
that's a lot of code that I can't deal with.
And she's like, but that's what an editor's for. And I was like, yeah, but I'd have to pay my editor probably twice because of my voice dictation skills. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's something to pray about, though. But yeah. So the next news I want to talk about is something I was very excited for. There was a new update for Smash.
Nice.
Smash Brothers. The new Dragon Quest characters was released last night. So if you have the season pass for, I don't think it's called season pass, but I call it a season pass because it's everything. I'm so used to everything being called season pass. So if you have the season pass for Super Smash Brothers, you have the new character. Also in the news, I just want to say that. Don't take me as a real reporter. Online tournaments have been released on Super Smash Brothers. Online
tournaments.
Yes. Guess how many people can be in like one tournament? Over 100.
Nice. So
Yes.
are we talking like 1v1s or?
I don't know. I was just watching it. I have not experimented yet. I will be experimenting today.
Okay.
What was it? Smash laggy? For somebody that's not connected to a wired connection, yes.
So if you're playing wirelessly, then yeah, you might have problems. But if you're wired, you're fine.
Yes, but you have to buy the part to be wired, which is annoying. Considering, or was that versus connection? Yeah, it depends. Like if I'm on Cloudy's connection, yeah, we gonna lag. No, I'm just kidding. Cloudy. I was gonna play Cloudy last night, and record it, but Cloudy didn't want to play with me. He didn't want to. He didn't want to get mollywopped. That's what it was. He didn't want to get
record me, Lucy.
Yeah, he's wireless, so it's a little rough. But yeah, I'm just like super excited. I'm not a fan of the character. Is fun. I played the character, but it's just a little weird because you can use him like a regular turn-based RPG character, which is really weird. It has a feature like where you're picking your mana or you're picking your move. You can actually do that with this character. It's very weird, very finicky. It's interesting.
So that you have to get used to it.
Yes. I mean, you don't have to do it, but you can do it. And if you do it and you do it at the right time, it makes you pretty powerful.
Mm-hmm.
If you record matches, let me. I was gonna record them last night, but you're like, no, bro, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, you said no, so I'm not gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna record matches, come play. No, I'm gonna be like, you want to play? Because then if I ask you if you want to play, then I'm going to get your honest response, right? But if you just want me to record, then if you don't feel like playing, then I'm not going to record you at your best, right? I want to record you at your best. And he says, I don't know why wireless is no best so bad like ISP companies promoting I'm missing 100 megabytes, but delivering. Well, you have to understand a lot of it too. Like, okay, bless you. A lot of it too has to do with the network adapter in your device. Okay, so
and there's a difference between speed and actual connectivity.
Right.
You can have fast speeds and still have terrible connection.
Spectrum.
Trust me, I know.
So here's the example, right? Like, I get 1,000 megabytes to my PC, but my PC because I don't have a gigabyte network card in my laptop, it only goes up to 100 megabytes. That's it. It taps out at 100, and that's because the network adapter. Now I could be like, oh, put in a new network adapter, but your boy ain't got the hands to do that. So and that's one of the problems with the Switch is that even on a wired connection, the Switch only pulls a 20 megabyte down, and you're like, well, what's the point of having it on a wired connection in handy? Because stability doesn't matter what any wireless connection you have. Your wireless connection will never be stable, because think of it like this, right? And this is the best way I can put it, right? If you got water in a hose and you put it in a cup, right? You got water in a hose and you got the hose on and you put it in a cup. All the water from the hose is going to get in the cup, correct? Because it's a direct connection from the hose to the cup, right? you're not gonna lose no water, right? But if I take water and from the kitchen and I try to throw it into the cup, some water is gonna make it into the cup, but some of the water is gonna get lost in the transfer. It's the same thing with a wireless connection. Doesn't matter how good your internet is. Doesn't matter how fast your wireless is. Because it's wireless, some of the megabytes, some of the connection will get lost. Why? Because things get in the way. You can't see the line. You can't see what it's connected to, whatever. But I guarantee you, all your junk in your house gets in the way. So it's always best to things that you're going to be using, like for like streaming or online, that you want to get a stable connection because or you want to get a wired connection, not necessarily for the speed, but for the reliability. And I don't know if that was a great analogy, but to me that was.
No, that was good.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what you do. You're always gonna lose some speed somewhere in wireless. Always. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. To me, that's why to me wireless is not always the greatest. Even in wireless headsets, even in wireless controllers, this is why your boy doesn't go wireless. You see this? This is why your boy right here. Where's my well, it's hooked up, right? It's not hooked up right now. But I don't use a wireless feature on this. This is why on this this is only wired. Everything I use when it comes to gaming or streaming, my wife hates it because the wires are crazy. But this is why I go wired. Yes, wireless is more convenient. Yes, wireless is less cords. But wired is reliability. Reliability. And that's what you want, in my opinion. Some people don't, but then that's why you have issues. He said, shoot, I'm gonna play if we're recording. Need that content? Well, dang! Well, okay, well, tonight we're playing then. Or after the podcast we're playing. Not right after the podcast because I'm gonna talk about OG and stuff, but here in a little bit after the podcast I'll be contacting you. We're recording because I need the content too. What you mean? Yeah, but even if you have a 100 megabyte speed and you lose 20 megabytes, that's 80 left. Over, does wireless lose 90? I believe wireless loses about half, or maybe a little bit lower than half. I don't know. I'm no expert.
I think the amounts fluctuate.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a clear-cut number.
I mean, I could do a speed test on my phone, but if I did a speed test on my phone, y'all would say like that's crazy. Because when I do a speed test on my phone with my internet wirelessly, my numbers go from I get like a 500, 400 megabyte wireless connection on my phone. It's stupid, but it doesn't feel like that though. It don't feel like that. It don't. I'm just being real. It don't feel like that. Cause even if I go and the weirdest thing, if I go to my bedroom, I get no really good signal at all. It's not because of the internet. It's just where my router's placed. It's where everything that's in the way. All that plays a factor. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I'm very excited about this whole Smash Brothers thing. If it's what I think it is, I want to start hosting Smash Brothers tournaments on stream. For those that have Smash, that's then it's like the ISP is lying about its speed. Well, I mean,
I don't think speed is all of it too, because again, I mean, speed is just the maximum you could possibly get.
right?
But that doesn't make up for connectivity. There is a bit of a difference.
Well, and you have to remember, right? Salesman's one thing to do. Marketing's one thing to do, is to sell you, right? So 9 times out of 10, if a marketer's trying to sell you, guess what? It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit of a shade in the truth. There ain't nobody that when they trying to sell you tells you the whole thing right. Eat right. Eat right. Sorry, I had to be daddy issues. My daughter's over here trying to eat like a little rabbit to get attention. Because she knows it's gonna drive me nuts. But anyway, so I mean, you know, you have to do your own research. You know what I mean? Because just like Spectrum will sit there and tell you that they're the best, and you know AT&T costs so much. Yeah, it's the truth. They do cost a lot, but and from my experience, and not putting OG's company down, because I'm glad he's got internet. But even though I pay more, I have reliability. Yeah, and it's the same with wireless people. Wireless people think it's connected. It's connected, but it's not. Yeah, like it's a very weak connection when you're doing wireless. Very weak. But anyway, OG, what other news you have for us, sir?
Well, one thing I am going to bring up is something that we've touched on in the past, but you know, this is one of those things to just kind of get a reminder of. In gaming, especially in the 90s, it was always thought that gaming was more for men than women. It was more for the boys, the men.
Mm-hmm.
But there are companies that try to push women to get involved so that they know that, you know, women can also be in gaming. The Girls Game Lab wants to encourage more women to get into games. Basically, the Girls Game Lab is an initiative created to encourage a generation of girls to make games. They're basically a nonprofit organization that comes from a team of women with various backgrounds in the gaming industry. And what they're trying to do is they have a trio of people who are leading the whole thing, getting people to do workshops where women of certain age can learn how to do tips of the trade. So, for example, girls age 8 to 12 can sign up and take part of an event called they have his first workshop. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, though. It doesn't say the name of it. But basically, girls the age of 8 to 12 can take part in an event which would focus on using the stencil development tool. I'm assuming this is for maybe graphics design or something. I'm not exactly sure. But there are organizations out there for women to learn how to do things in the gaming industry.
Go ahead. Sorry, you cut out. You cut out right there. But
okay.
Yeah. But we got you.
Basically, it's a workshop for you know women to learn how to do you know stuff in the gaming industry, so that everybody feels like it's a male driven world.
Okay, and I'm happy for this, right? But I almost feel like I'm happy for this, right? But I feel like it needs to happen more naturally, because the more like we make it seem like there's a problem, the more it becomes a problem. Because
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily girls can't get into gaming. I just feel like it's just the way the games are made. It's just some of them are just not appealing to some women. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Overwatch is money, right? Because Overwatch has got that appeal. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if there was like more like, what's the word? Unisex games, I guess it would be the right word.
Right. Yeah.
I think it would be better. I don't think, like, they're making it seem like it's so hard for girls to get into gaming. It's not, okay?
Not nowadays, no.
It's just that it's just not a lot of games for girls to really get into. You know, it's like, you know, there's just, like, I guess, I mean, girls can get into any game they want to, but, like, for majority of women, like a lot of my wife's not gonna get into Gears of War. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's a you know, a selected audience for women. You know, that's like a more hardcore gamer. You know, for a woman. But I think what it is there a lot of the things is like there needs to be like something more casual, you know, and
That's not being super obvious about it.
right, like
Yeah.
saying that screaming just for girls, you know. But my thing is like, you know, like when people like try to address a problem that's like it's like I don't really see as a problem now. It like makes it more a problem because I think girls can get into gaming if there was more, um, more, um, more accessible for women to get into gaming. You know, like just for instance, the first esports woman got or the first woman or actually I won't say that the first female esports or first woman in the first woman got signed into FaZe yesterday or not yesterday but over Fortnite. She got signed to FaZe, which was freaking awesome. She not only is she a woman, but she has a disability. That's what was freaking awesome to me.
Yeah.
She's deaf. She so she can't hear, but she's like an amazing Fortnite player. So it's freaking awesome that she got signed and she can do all this thing. Should be a general gaming workshop and include a banner that says "Try it out, girls" or something less creepy. I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's crazy.
And I agree with what Handy's saying because, now back in the 90s, yeah, it was more of a thing for men, is what it felt like. And that was addressed in a lot of different situations. Nowadays, there actually are a lot of women in the gaming industry. There are actually all female esports teams. We actually brought this up, I think, last year, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had given names of certain female groups that are competitive in different games. So they're out there, and there are lots of women that work in the gaming industry as far as the development.
They're just
So I mean,
not
it's out there.
right.
They just don't brag about it, but they're out there. They're doing their thing, and it is easier nowadays. It's not so much of an issue now as it was maybe 20 years ago.
I mean, look at streaming. I mean, practically, women, they're in the streaming content. Whether how you feel about it in the negative light or in the positive light, that doesn't matter. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, women women have gaming power. So it's just like I'm not saying the article or whatever is like a bad thing. It's a good thing that they're doing that. I'm just a little perplexed by it because I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like to me, it doesn't seem like there needs to be more awareness for girls to get into gaming. To me, I just think it goes back to the developer things.
Yeah.
The,
The
the,
good
the
thing about this, though, is this is actually specifically catering to an age group. So it's not like adult women getting pushed in. They're more focusing on girls 8 to 12 to learn certain things. So if they want to be in the industry, they'll already sort of have a head start, I guess, as far as, what they may want to do in that industry.
yeah, I get. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah.
you
So it's more
know,
like a Girl Scout, but for video games.
that's kind of dope. That's kind of dope.
And I think that's the better way to look at this, and the better way to see it. Is just it's just a way for if you are really young and you're a female that's into gaming, and you might potentially want a future in it. Well, if you want to know if you're interested, you might want to be a part of this workshop because they'll basically teach you some things, and if you like it, pursue it. If you don't, you don't have to.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. That's freaking. That's cool. Like I know there's one for coding too. I know
Yeah.
there's a organization that gets young girls into coding, which I really think is cool.
Yeah, and coding is not easy.
No,
My girlfriend, well, went to college for coding, and she said it can be very tedious. She
it's
said
worse
it
than
has to be
algebra.
something.
It's worse than algebra. Go ahead. Sorry. Oh,
But if you're really into it, though,
you cut out. No.
No, I was just saying that if you're really into coding, then that could be a thing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely would be awesome. Abomination says, yes, definitely less of a Sigma where people thought games would be mess with kids' minds and just not ladylike or whatever. I got a bad taste in my mouth. Typing it. Yeah, that was an interesting one. Abomination. That was definitely an interesting one. But yeah, like I don't know, man. It's crazy. That's cool though. That's really really cool. Speaking of Overwatch, I'm really excited. I know we talked about this last week, but I'm really excited. I'm like literally counting down the days for the new Overwatch update to come out, and let's see. So tomorrow's the 1st. So we officially we'll have after tomorrow we'll officially have 12 days before the new Overwatch. And best believe your boy Handy Killcam is going to be trying this new role play in Overwatch. It's going to be pretty awesome. But the one thing I do want to discuss is that Apex, there was an article released that Apex kind of encryptedly announced that in the next event, which will probably be Season 3, they're going to be releasing a feature that everybody's been asking for since like the dawn of the game started. And everybody's speculating that it's going to be solo mode. Everybody's hyped. I'm telling you this right now. Handy Killcam is not hyped for solo mode. I'm going to tell you why. If it is solo mode, I'm not hyped. Because, I mean, I think it'll be cool and all, but I just don't think it will be the right thing for the game. Because here I keep seeing this, okay? I keep seeing a bunch of bloodhounds around the map. And seeing my footprints everywhere. Or I see a bunch of caustics running around the map. And everybody immune to the gas. Because you have to remember this is the one thing about Apex. The counterparts, when I mean by counterpart, say like if I'm caustic and the enemy's caustic, well, we're immune to each other's gas. So we're immune to each other, right? So like my alt or my passive ability will be immune if I come across the same character. Now, this might be a good thing in a sense because then it's just strictly like on gun skill, but at the same time, then it takes away from actually like picking a character. Then that would mean in solos picking a character does not matter. So I don't know. I'm not hype about it just because I don't know. Because that's not how originally the game was meant to be played. It wasn't the foundation. It wasn't the foundation of Apex, and I was fine with that. I'd rather duos over solos myself. Again, this is speculation. This is not confirmed. But, you know, everybody's saying that, you know, because they did say they're bringing back or they're releasing a feature that everybody's been wanting since the start of Apex. So everybody's speculating that it's solo mode. You want to know what I think it is? You want to know what I think it is? You know what I think it is? You ready for Handy's opinion? Because, you know, Handy goes off the wall and doesn't think like everybody else. I think you think it's gonna be cross-platform. Ooh, if it's cross-platform, I would make me so happy and excited. I think y'all ready? I think it's gonna be, and that crossplay would be dope. Although I don't want to play against Shroud though. I think I would be. I honestly feel like it's gonna be none of those though. As much as I would love crossplay, as much I was, you know, like that, I honestly feel like it's gonna be a kill cam or a replay feature. That's what I think it's gonna be, chat. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I really think that's what it's gonna be. Just don't give it yeah. No crossplay with PC. Well, then that wouldn't be really crossplay though, right? So I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be a replay feature, or a like something to go where you can see your replays and stuff, or a kill cam feature. That's what I think it's gonna be. To me, I think that's gonna be the safer bet. As much as I would love crossplay, I think solo would. I think if they put solo in the game, honestly, would make them like everybody else, and it would mess it up to where they wouldn't be separated, because that game is like the only game right now as far as like Battle Royale goes, like you really feel like you play with a team. And it's like if you have like an esports team, like you're actually playing with your team instead of like just think console with have the option. Yo, what if crossplay came in 2020? What if hear me out for a second, right? You have the Xbox 2, you have the PlayStation 5, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit too. I thank you, Mosquito, for tagging me in that, by the way. It didn't go unnoticed. I did read a little bit of it. We are going to talk about that. I don't know if OG saw it, because OG doesn't spend time on Twitter. He should, but
no, I don't do Twitter.
He doesn't do Twitter. He doesn't understand the benefits of Twitter yet, still. But it's okay. We still love you. But what if crossplay came out 2020? To me, I think it would be better if they waited until 2020. Maybe it'd be too long, but maybe because I don't see them not making it cross-platform with PC, right? You think it would take? You think it was a fake story? I don't know. I saw a video on it too about it actually, but I mean we could still talk about it. We could still talk about it in the rumor mill. Let's see. Cross-platform, everything we know. Oh, here's the article about cross-platform. Thank you, Wills. Love you, man. Yeah, I don't know. Chat, Apex Legends cross-platform play. Everything we know about cross-platform in the Battle Royale. Apex cross-platform isn't here yet. Yeah, this is the one I saw about the crossplay platforms. Yeah, see, I don't know. And see, that's a weird thing. And cross-platform is just a weird thing. And you know what makes it weird? You know what makes cross-platform weird, OG? And I hate to throw shade against these people. But you want to know what makes cross-platform weird? PlayStation. Are you there, OG? Did we lose OG? I think we lost OG. But yeah, cross-platform is weird because of I had to watch this video later. Is because of PlayStation. And I say this because this, right? Like Brawlhalla is cross-platform right now, but it's only cross-platform with PC, it's only cross-platform with Switch, and it's only cross-platform with Xbox. You cannot play Brawlhalla cross-platform on PlayStation. Why? Because PlayStation does not want to give it up. And so, I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that it's going to be the same thing. I know Fortnite is cross-platform, everywhere else. But there's still certain games where PlayStation is like, yo, bro, no. And it's so frustrating for me, especially as a Brawlhalla player, that I cannot play Brawlhalla cross-platform on the Xbox. I mean, on the PlayStation with PC players not because it plays different on the Xbox. It actually plays exactly the same. But that's where I have all my skins. That's where I have all my characters, right? So for me to get all the characters again on Xbox, I have to spend $20. And I don't feel like spending $20 because I already spent $20 on the PC, and I don't feel like playing on the PC. So that's the only problem that I see right now with cross-platform right now is this PlayStation is just being weird about it. Hold on, let me see if OG is actually still in here. Okay, he's in here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. All right.
It was a bit of an issue a few minutes ago, which is why I was very quiet.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, when I logged out and logged back in, the audio was in fast forward until it caught up to what you were saying.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Gotta love Spectrum. Let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I was saying though. Like it's a shame that like PlayStation puts a lot of roadblocks for cross-platform. It really is.
Yeah.
You know, and it sucks that like they were fine with it with Fortnite because the money, you know.
Mm.
But like games like Brawlhalla, you know, they're like, nah, we're not ready to make it full cross-platform. And I have a feeling that's the way it might be with Apex. So I want them to totally work out the kinks before saying cross-platform, because that's the thing. Like it's so confusing, right? Because Brawlhalla says it's cross-platform, but it's not full cross-platform. It is only cross-platform with Switch, PC, and Xbox. So for me to play Hellboy, who was somebody I've been playing against, Brawlhalla. If I want to play Hellboy, I gotta get on my Xbox, which is no problem. But the thing is I have all my characters on my PlayStation, and you can't merge the account because PlayStation's like, nope, we don't want you to. So it's like Apex is not like a real popular game, but it's second place in Fortnite. So it's like you wonder, are they going to really allow it, or are they just gonna be like, yo, bro, no, not today. It'll be interesting to see though. But back to what I was saying. As much as I want cross-platform to be here, I honestly feel like the news is going to be a kill cam feature. But as much as you guys, I'm hoping for crossplay because I love playing Apex on my PlayStation because of my Astro controller. My Astro controller actually makes me really play better, and I really do appreciate the Astro CR40 controller. Dang, I sound like I just did a what do they call it? A deliverable. Yeah, I sound like I just did a deliverable for Astro. That'd be awesome. But no deliverable, no sponsor. Just speaking the truth. I actually absolutely do love my Astro controller. What else you got for us, OG, before I go into this PlayStation rumor?
Okay. Well, related to PlayStation, this is just a quickie before I talk about something else. Just more of an update. Remember I talked to you guys about the Sony and Microsoft merger for services, the cloud storage?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've learned through another article from one of the business websites I visit that it was actually Sony who pitched the idea to Microsoft.
That's interesting.
Because even though usually they're the ones to not want to play ball, Sony was the one that actually started the whole movement and reached out to Microsoft and said, hey, we want to make this happen.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. I read that. I was like, huh, that's really interesting.
I wonder why.
But I think the difference, though, and the reason that this would have nothing to do with anything console related is, remember, PlayStation specifically had nothing to do with the merger as far as the cloud service thing. This was strictly Sony's company in general, not the PlayStation division. So
Yes.
Sony made that decision, and that's why they're more willing to play ball than I guess PlayStation themselves.
This is interesting.
Yeah. And we mentioned a while back that PlayStation actually didn't even know about this merger. Like this was literally above. So I'm starting to think that it's specifically PlayStation itself, that division of Sony, is what is the part that has a hard time with wanting to share, if you will.
Yeah. And it almost brings me back to the Stadia situation,
Hmm.
right? Even though we talk a lot of crap about Stadia, for Sony to do that, they know something about Stadia that the public doesn't know.
Yeah. Stadia is going to
Mi-
probably be a bigger deal than what we're saying it is.
Microsoft and Sony are scared.
Yeah, they are.
I'm not saying that Stadia is going to be the next best thing, because I'm very skeptical about it. Like I'm not looking
A lot
forward
of
to it.
people are.
But somebody knows something, or knows somebody on the inside that hasn't been released and assigned to whatever DA or whatever you call it, a DNA, whatever you call it. I forget what they call it, but whatever. Right? And I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Well, I think that the big three, Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, they know that games for services is the new thing that's in.
yeah.
So they're still going to compete console wise as separate entities as far as, doing their thing. 'Cause they're still trying to make console gaming legitimate by
Mhm.
having their own content that you can't get by having any kind of streaming service or whatever. So they're still working on trying to separate themselves from that. But at the same time, they also want to get income from people who prefer the games for service type of thing so they can try to make that money. And since Microsoft and Sony want a piece of that pie, they're willing to join forces on that one front just because they want to get a little bit of something just in case consoles end up becoming extinct.
Yeah,
I doubt
cause,
it will, but
I mean, digital is the way. Digital is the thing. I just read an article. I was gonna bring this up in podcast. 'Cause, I mean, it's just literally just numbers. That's more your style, but
yeah,
EA's. I think they said 50% of EA's profits come from digital sales,
yeah,
digital
I read
purchase,
that.
digital
Hmm.
purchases. That's crazy.
It is.
That's crazy. Any higher, like almost physical purchases almost go extinct. You know what I mean?
Now, for EA, it's a little bit different because most of EA's money is coming from one game.
Well,
Let's just put it in
well,
perspective.
not only
It's
that, but
coming from FIFA 19.
the one
It really is. Like,
you can't forget about Apex, okay? But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. No,
yeah,
you're
like
right.
I'd say 40% of their overall money making right now is coming from FIFA 19. I
Well,
don't know why.
and Madden, because Madden just got
And then
released.
Madden too, but FIFA's making a lot more money than Madden. I'll
You
put it
think
to you that.
so? You think so?
Oh,
Yo,
I know so.
that
I've read the numbers.
that's oh well, okay. I was gonna say that's your research for next week. Which makes more money, FIFA or Madden?
No, FIFA 100%. Like it's general knowledge that FIFA, and it's because of there's a pay to win thing with
Yeah.
being able to make your own rosters and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know if it's pay to win, so it probably is. I don't play
Yeah.
FIFA 19, so I
I
can't
don't
say
need.
for sure.
I played FIFA one time, scored my first goal, right, and then I retired from FIFA. And I made this
Like-
joke. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was back when I first met Ghost, right? And because you can create your own like football. They call it football. So they created their own team, right? And you
Right.
create your own player, and then you'll have to play together, right? To do that, to like advance in the thing. He's like, Handy, you should play. And I was like, man, I'm gonna suck at this game because the mechanics are just weird, right? Like, I just wasn't a fan of it. So I finally scored my first goal. In fact, it's like one of my first YouTube videos. You can see it. I scored my first goal, and I said, okay. I messaged Ghost afterwards. I was like, okay, after I score my first goal, I'm retired. I'm never playing FIFA ever again. Once I score my first goal, I stopped playing FIFA. FIFA is huge everywhere but in the USA. Yeah, I know, right? That's just soccer in general. Like, we actually have our own professional soccer team here in San Antonio. It's at the Toyota Stadium. Actually, the Spurs own it. And yeah, it's called the San Antonio FC, I believe. And it's just not a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, people go watch it because it's San Antonio, but not I. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Not me. Not me. So.
And then I actually knew people. This was many years ago, back when I was hanging out at Genesis Games. I knew a couple of people that were huge on FIFA. So I've met people here who actually are into it, but it is a very specific, select crowd that's into it.
My cousin's into it, but yeah, the reason why he is into it, my cousin, Goosinator's older brother, just to put it in perspective for you guys, he used to, he's big into it, but he used to play soccer though. He used to be a striker, which is a position.
Well, that makes sense then, yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense. FC is football club. Yeah, FC is football. Yeah, thank you for clearing that up for the people. FC is football club, which is very strange. I mean, it's not actually strange. It's strange that we call ours football, considering we don't use a foot. But it actually makes more sense that soccer is called football, considering you use a foot.
Right.
I don't know.
We're the backwards ones. It's okay.
Yeah, we're the dyslexic country. That's okay.
Yep.
Our country is dyslexic. Oh man. Yeah. So that's crazy though.
But as we were saying earlier, it was really Sony that had the whole, pushing for the collaboration with Microsoft to do the streaming service thing that they're still working on. So we'll see what happens.
I'm just ready for it to get out already because I want to know that I either want to know I'm right or wrong. I either want to be like, yes, I was right, or I want to like kick myself in the butt for not being like one of the first ones on the train to, bring it to the world. You know what I'm saying? As far as Twitch goes, you know what I'm saying? Cause I like being that, like I'm, not saying like I'm a big streamer, but I brought Fortnite to a lot of people. They probably wouldn't even have played Fortnite. I brought Fortnite to a lot of people in my community that enjoyed Fortnite a lot. It some it changed their lives, and I want to feel like in my gut that I'm doing the right thing and not getting on the Stadia train because it's just something doesn't feel right. But I just want to know if I'm right in my gut or if my gut actually failed me for once, which my gut has never failed me. Let me put it like that. My gut has never failed. Okay, but yeah. We'll see.
There's always a first for most things.
Yeah, I could have had gas that day. You never know. Could have had too much coffee. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a possibility.
And really, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say? Sorry, you were cutting in.
I didn't know. If for some reason it cut off, I didn't know you were still talking.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
The beauty of our internet.
Yes, gotta love it. That's why I was kind of excited. I was hoping you moved already. So
no, not yet.
We'd have a better connection.
3 or 4 weeks, we'll be gone.
Guys, don't forget to wish OG a happy birthday. Yesterday was his birthday. I know a lot of you were in here in the beginning of the beginning of church. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always late. Yeah. But yesterday was his birthday. Wish him a happy birthday.
Thank you.
It'd be awesome. And just so you guys know, I'm just putting out there, not saying you have to do it. If you are giving a birthday donation to OG, let me know if you're giving it to me so I can just give him the full amount. If you're giving OG a birthday donation, I will not take 50%. You just gotta let me know. Hey, it's a birthday donation. Okay. I don't mind. It's no big deal.
That was definitely not planned. I did not know he was going to say that, but thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just in quickie, Shadowverse
Oh, you totally cut
into,
out.
and I'm sure we might have some audio.
Yeah, you have
We may
audio.
have
Yeah,
about
audio.
audio.
Yeah, go ahead. You said something about Shadowverse and then you cut out.
Oh, okay. Just quickie Shadowverse news.
Uh-huh.
Being that I am into the game, and I'm sure we have an audio audience that listens to it. There were some recent updates to a few cards. I'm not going to go over it completely, but for Handy's sake, I am going to mention one specifically.
Oh yeah, she got to.
There's a specific legendary that Handy uses that almost nobody else uses that got a buff.
What?
Yeah. And a good one in my opinion. I think it's actually really good. So there's a card called Dragon Empress Orihime.
Ooh.
She was initially a 7/3/4. Accelerate 1, put a 1/1 with rush into play.
Right.
Now it's still a 7/3/4. But now it's accelerate 2, and those guards that you get, they're now a 2/1 with rush instead of a 1/1. So it's a lot better. And if you just play her for 7, you get a board full of 2/1s with rush. So they're finally making this card a little more legitimate,
But it was already legit though.
It was legit, but here's the problem: almost nobody was playing it.
Okay.
Now, so what Shadowverse does to try to even the playing field, if they see cards that are not being played, especially if they're legendary, they're going to give it a boost to encourage more people to play it, so you can see more variety in the card game.
Because the only way people wants to play stuff is if it's more power.
Pretty much, yeah.
More power. Thank you guys for all the birthdays. Boobies wish you happy birthday. Crew Dog wish you happy birthday. Everybody in the chat wish you happy birthday. So
thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
He's now level 36, guys.
Yep, I'm still level 36. I'm grinding and gaining more experience as the years go on.
He's almost a grandmaster. You know what I learned the other day? I thought my grandpa was a little bit younger. I called my grandpa there yesterday because my grandfather, still to this very day, since I was like 5 years old, sends me a birthday card, a handwritten birthday card. Still since. My grandfather's gonna be 88 years old in December. Wow. I was like, I knew he was old. I knew he was in his 80s, but 88. He's almost grandmaster.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. So
that's legit.
They're messing with the cards to stop to try and stop common metas. No, I don't think it's really to stop common metas. I think it's just to get people to use them more because there's back.
Well, no,
go ahead.
I actually agree with what he said. It does both. It's one to make certain cards more playable, but two, they are trying to push people to play something different because when you see the same decks over and over, it can be annoying. So to create more variety, I agree with what the person said. Yes, they're trying to push people to play something else. Now, I have been playing a little bit of rotation rank since I did start playing again a little more. I still am not seeing many people play that particular card, but I am seeing a little more variety in what's being played, at least in rotation. Unlimited is a different story because everybody's playing the same stupid garbage in Unlimited right now. I'm not going to talk about that, but for rotation,
Rant video coming soon. Rant video coming soon.
Not gonna say yes or no.
I mean the video. I mean you probably get some views.
Yeah, that algorithm.
The algorithm though. You complain, you talk trash about somebody, that algorithm love you. Do people know about the update? Yes, a lot of people know about the update actually. My Twitter was full of people complaining about the Shadowverse update. Because apparently a lot of people didn't know the update was coming, which I don't know how you don't know. Because especially if you're a pro. You kind of notice.
Actually, this particular update, it wasn't completely last minute. We just did, with most updates, we usually know about 2, 3 weeks in advance.
Right.
This particular one, I think it was only about a week in advance. So you still had notice. It just wasn't as soon as normal.
Like,
It's not that big a deal, though.
And this is nobody I know, so I could put these people kind of. I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm gonna put them on blast. All I kept seeing was thanks Shadowverse for surprising me with an update. Jeez, like the kind of tweets I was seeing, and I'm like, and then back of my mind, this is, and I'm like, yep, this is exactly how you don't use social media. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
And they didn't do anything bad.
That's
They
what I'm
really
saying. Like, it didn't even seem like, from what you say, it wasn't even nothing that crazy.
Now, there are other cards that got changed. I'm just not going to bring them all up.
But
But there were no nerfs. There were no cards got nerfed. It was just about 6 cards that became better. That's it.
I don't know, man. People complain too much.
People, I mean, it doesn't matter what you do. There's always going to be a crowd of people that are going to complain. People just love to complain. That's
said
how we are.
I said this. I was actually talking about this. What was it? I said I was talking about this Monday when we did the custom games, because everybody was like, at the point in time, like, I was just experimenting with Fortnite custom games, and and I don't know what I'm doing with. Okay, first and foremost, I gotta rant. Oh, thank you, you just reminded me. I have to rant. Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna need your assistance, OG. Okay,
Uh-oh.
Are you ready? What is
Okay.
a custom lobby? What does it mean when you do a custom game?
Basically, you are setting
Oh, crud. Of course it would rank. Go ahead.
certain maps, certain rotations, certain weapons. Just you're fully customizing your lobby.
Right. To what you want to do, right?
Right.
Okay. So, and this kind of turned me off to the whole custom lobby thing. I mean, I enjoyed the views. I had over 20 views or whatever. I enjoyed the follows. I got over a big month's follows. So I do appreciate the support. Don't get me wrong. I love the support. The support was awesome. The energy was there. But it's a misrepresentation. Okay? Because guess what you can customize when you go into custom lobbies into Fortnite? Are you ready? Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Are you
Yep.
ready? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
You just have your own private lobby for people to join.
So why don't they just call it what it is then?
Exactly. I was so mad. Go ahead.
Yeah, when you put the word custom on anything, that leads people to believe, oh wow, I get to do certain things. And when you're not doing anything, it makes no sense. It's false advertising.
It makes no sense. So not only do I not get to change anything, but I can only spectate the person that kills me.
Hmm.
So I can't, after I'm dead, I can't spectate everybody else.
Okay.
So the Able Gamers tournament's out the window, because you can't cast it. Okay. But so I was I was upset because it's not custom lobbies. And yeah, you can create rules, but you got to make sure everybody in the lobby follows the rules. So that's...
So you really can't enforce it to
Yeah,
where they
no.
can't do it. You still have to
you
manually say, hey, this is what this is.
Yes, yeah. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Because to me, that's not custom lobbies.
Yeah. That really sucks, because I know you were really hype on it.
I
for a
was,
while.
dude. I was. And don't get me wrong, the stream was hype. But, some people were wanting rules and some people, and I get it. I understand it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there doesn't need to be rules involved. But it's so hard to enforce rules when there's no way to enforce the rules. If that makes sense. You just have to
You know,
trust.
it's hard to customize something that's supposed to be custom
That's
when there's
not.
no option to customize it.
There's no option to customize. Like me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna let everybody just play the way they want to play. Just play regular Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it was fun. It was cool. I was dead, a lot of the times, but it it wasn't what I wanted. I was expecting like a customized experience like we do in GoldenEye, or we do in Perfect Dark. Not saying we have to go that far back, but I'm just saying so you can relate. You know what I mean? Where we could customize the rules and we could do all these cool things and we could do the tournaments like we used to do. You know what I'm saying? Like when we did the X-ray guns only. You know what I'm saying? Or no X-ray gun. When we did the tournaments, we did like no X-ray gun. You know what I'm saying? Or no certain weapons. You know what I'm saying? That you can only be certain people or stuff like that. And it's like there's nothing. And I was like, and then this is the point I was trying to make on Monday, was even if I make rules because there's no way for me to enforce the rules, there's always going to be somebody that's upset about the rule and it's going to break the rule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't make nobody happy. I can't make everybody happy. So to me, the best way to do it was just to play regular Fortnite. And that's what I did. It was fun. Good
old-fashioned Fortnite.
Good old-fashioned Fortnite. We're going to call it custom games, which I'm thankful you allowed me to have it and allowed me to do it, but I'm just disappointed that it's not custom games. So.
It's just private lobby.
It's just private lobby. Yep. And that 100 people can join.
Yeah.
The only thing you get to customize is your code for people to join in on. That's it.
Yeah.
It's pretty lame. Pretty dumb.
Sorry to hear that.
Pretty sad. So, I mean, there goes that out the window. Because I had some good ambitions and good ideas for it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. And we're not, so we can't do that. So it's back to the drawing board. Back to the drawing board.
At least you tried.
At least I tried. Yep.
Yeah.
At least I tried. But I will be playing Fortnite tomorrow to see what the new season's about. So we will be playing Fortnite. I will be throwing my money at the screen. Make sure you use code HandyKillCam to purchase your new season pass tomorrow for Fortnite and all your skins and accessories. Make sure to use code HandyKillCam. Be much appreciated. Yeah. And then, so after my rant, let's talk about this rumor. Apparently, the pre-order in Sweden for the PS5 has been marked up to $1,000.
Now, is that their currency or our currency?
That's in our currency.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't either, but apparently this is a thing, and people are taking it to heart and taking it to truth, and the PlayStation 5 is gonna be so expensive. I don't think so. I mean,
it will still be expensive in general. I mean, I foresee maybe paying $600 possibly.
Yeah, $600. I was thinking
$100, but
yeah, I was thinking more about $650, $700 after tax.
Yeah, I could see that. But
Yeah.
1,000?
1,000?
I don't think I mean, there are going to be people that are going to pay it. You're just not going to get as many people buying it.
I mean, we do technically pay 1,000 for our phones.
Well,
I mean, just not out the gate. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't drop like $1K at once on a phone. Usually it's in payments, yeah. And usually I get a discount because I'm just upgrading.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not when you're buying consoles, you're not getting an upgrade as if it's a phone or something. Like you're just buying it as a.
But aren't you though? So but in the argument of the developer of the console, aren't you upgrading from the PS4 to the PS5? Technically.
Well, I don't even know if I could really consider it much of an upgrade because you play a gaming console to play games.
Hmm.
And as far as playing games themselves, there's not a whole lot changing except that you're playing new games. The
Well,
only thing that you're getting that's extra is non-gaming related stuff, like the ability to have
whatever.
Netflix or YouTube
In 4K, you can't forget
at
the 4K.
4K. So you're
No.
not paying to upgrade your gaming; you're playing to upgrade everything.
Oh, we forgot. Capable of 8K now. That's where we're headed.
Yeah, that's right. It
We
is going to be 8K
we
capable.
haven't even reached the standard of 4K. We haven't even reached where 4K is a standard yet in homes. Okay, like not even TVs. This is what baffles me. Okay, we are not even where 4K is standard, where every TV show on TV is in 4K, but we're already thinking about 8K.
Yeah, we're barely at HD. Like, come on. Uh,
Oh my god, man.
yeah, and I have no intention to get that excited about 8K. I'm not even on the 4K rally. You know what I'm
I'm
saying? Like,
barely on
why
the
do I care about
4K.
8K?
I'm barely on the 4K. Only certain things I can watch is in 4K. That's it. I'm not gaming in 4K. I don't have a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X. I refuse to buy either. Because there's no need for me to buy either. Um, um, I mean, the beauty of
I
the
don't know.
PS5 is you're gonna be able to play your PS4 games on it. So,
I mean,
but
that's a plus.
I mean, and I'm saying this to say this because that's gonna be the argument. What if it is $1,000? Just hear me out. Hear me out. I'm just since we in the rumor mill right now. What if it is $1,000, and they do payment plans?
If they're doing payment plans, understand you're going to be paying more than $1,000
Well, it's the
because
same thing.
any
Yeah.
time that you're doing a payment plan, there's usually interest involved,
Yeah.
which means at the end of the day, you're probably paying more like 12 or 1,500.
Same with the phones. Except
So
the only
then,
diff.
yes, that could be doable if that is the route they're going.
I'm just saying we really don't know the route they're going. I mean, this could be a route they're going. I mean, I think they
So
want.
assuming that this is true, we're just assuming at this point, not legit
No,
facts, but
no.
if they are going to charge $1,000 for this one. Now, most places do. Oh, there are a lot of places, not most places. A lot of places do offer payment plans, so that
Right.
is possible.
Right.
Two, if it's going to be $1,000, I better be able to have backwards compatibility at the very least.
And here's another crazy hypothesis. If it is $1,000, are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Hmm.
Are you ready?
Yep.
If it's $1,000, Stadia just won.
Yeah. You know, it makes paying $129 for that package a lot more appealing.
Because I can sit
Not
there
gonna
and play the
lie.
same game at 4K and 8K resolution, or whatever
Hmm.
K. The same games that are gonna come out for the PS5 or the Xbox Two, I can sit there and play it for $129 or $9 a month.
Yeah,
Because
Stadia is going to be your way to go.
because think about it like this: if I'm thinking about upgrading to a PS5, I already have a good internet connection. Think about it like that.
Yeah.
Majority, we have a stable internet connection to at least run the
Mhm.
1080p. Maybe not the 4K, but the 1080p 720p, right? And this is what I was thinking about when I saw that article. I was like, well, if this is true, if this is really, really true,
Hmm.
maybe this is why PlayStation's scared.
Hmm.
Maybe this is why they're trying to team up with Xbox. Because they know that people are not going to pay $1,000 for a console, and they're going to go to Stadia and get the same performance
Yep.
as far as
And
quality,
still be able to play AAA titles.
and still be able to play AAA titles.
Yep.
So if this rumor is true, and the pre-order
Stadia
for
just
the
won.
and the PS5 is $1,000, that means the Xbox is not gonna be far behind. Pre-order.
Mhm.
If this is true, which we're not saying this is true, but if this is true, Stadia won, and Stadia is winning,
Stadia straight up has won.
and
If that's
maybe
the case.
this is what they know on the inside, and maybe this is why they're scared. Now we reaching, but this is
I mean, this is just a rumor mill. This isn't fact at all. This is
Mhm.
all now just speculation.
yes,
But yeah, if these stations, or I'm sorry, these companies are going to have $900, $1,000 consoles, and you can just have Stadia for $9.99 a month and be able to still have all the stuff you want that you would normally get from a console. Why buy a console?
right. Why? There's no need.
You're still going to get your potential in resolution and all kinds of quality on any device you have. The $120 some, that's only just to have it sooner.
Right,
That's really all that is.
right.
So even if you get Stadia on launch, you're still only paying $9.99 a month for all that stuff.
And you
So
don't
why
have to
have a console?
and you don't have to buy the controller because the PS4 controller will already be compatible that you already
Yeah.
have. The Xbox controller that you already have will already be compatible.
Yeah.
So all you're buying is the $40 piece if you don't already have an HD Chromecast already in your home already.
Yep.
Saying
So for an upfront cost of $40 plus $9.99 a month, you pretty much have your PS5 and your new Xbox
right. And you can
for
stream.
much cheaper,
And you can stream
and you can stream if you're into that.
if you're
Not
into that.
everybody cares about streaming, but yeah,
yeah, and create content or whatever.
yeah. I mean, I'm more talking just on a gamer level.
Right,
People
right,
just
right,
wanna
right.
Play game.
Right.
Like you're just better off with Stadia if that is true.
Yeah, if this is true, if this $1,000 thing is true, Stadia won.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Well,
There's a reason
I'll
why.
say this. I won't necessarily say Stadia has won. It just means that either Stadia has won or Nintendo has won. Because Nintendo, I don't know if they'll ever charge that much this soon for anything they do. So Nintendo will probably still be winning the console race, and as far as AAA is concerned, it's going to be really Stadia versus Nintendo. That's what's going to end up
It's
being.
just crazy though, because when I read that, I was like, did Stadia just win if this is true? That's like
Yeah.
the first thing that came to my mind, because I'm not paying $1,000 for a console, not up front.
Nope. Never.
Not up front. I don't pay $1,000 up front for my phone. Why am I going to do it for a console? And
Yeah.
with the video that I showed you, I hope you watched it.
I watched it, yeah.
Gaming phones are going to be more powerful than consoles. That phone I showed you was amazing.
Yeah, there was a phone that Handy showed me. And it was a YouTube video where the guy is actually demonstrating it and showing what its possibilities. And there's so much customization you can do on that device that is just ridiculous. It basically has its own, controller, so to speak. It has so many docks you can put it on. There's just so many ridiculous. Oh, and it has its own auto cooling system
Right. And
on all of the modes, by the way.
yes. And
So
Go.
good.
yeah, I know. I'm actually thinking about I'm actually thinking about not buying the Note 10 that comes out and waiting for that phone. Because that
Now, I have
phone's
no idea what the cost is. 'cause it
I
doesn't
don't
say how much it's
either.
gonna be.
But you got to remember, with your phone, you can make payment plans. It's gotta
Yeah,
be
you can.
it's
It'll
gonna-
be cheaper overall.
It'll be cheaper than the Note 10.
Yeah.
The phone is the ROG Phone 2. Look it up. I will. You know what I'll do? I will take the video and I will post it in the. I will post it in the chat so you guys can watch it. That phone is amazing. Has built-in top triggers already on the phone.
Yeah.
It's already more. Technically it's already more powerful than some of the consoles already out right now. It's got an OLED display, 4K. Oh, 4K. I just wanted to do that. Give me a second. I'm going
I'm
into.
gonna also put it in the Discord as well.
Yeah,
For those who use the Discord.
yes. This phone is amazing. Here we go. Twitch. I want this phone. When I saw this, I was like, I haven't drooled over technology in a long time, but when I saw this, I was drooling. I was like, oh, the possibilities that I could do. And it would make streaming, phone stuff so much easier.
It's only letting me share it to general, so if you want to move it, you can.
Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I shared it in the chat also for the people that are watching live. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, ooh, I was like, Dwight's gonna love this phone.
It's legit.
I was like, this makes me want to get into mobile gaming. I was like, dude, you imagine what I could do with PUBG with this phone? I would destroy.
Yeah.
I would destroy. It comes with a control, and then it has the part where you can actually hook it up like a Switch with the things on the side.
Yeah, it actually looked like a Switch for a second.
I was like, oh! I was like, Nintendo, please don't sue them. Because you know Nintendo.
Yeah.
That's our technology. What you mean? Oh, I was so excited. I was like so excited to show you that video, dude.
It was legit.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And that, they're saying that I was reading more articles on the phone. They say that phone right there is going to probably be about $800. Which is
that
less.
That makes more sense.
Which is less than the Note 10. The Note 10's going to be. So I'm like, when? I'll use that phone over the Note 10 all day long.
Yeah, agreed.
Sorry, Samsung.
Don't get me wrong, Samsung is an amazing company for phones because that's where a lot of my original recordings came from. And back when I didn't have as many audio issues, believe it or not, I had a Samsung phone I did everything on, and it was great.
Bro, did you see that phone has recording software built into it?
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it has everything built into it.
It has a streaming setup built into it. You can literally stream straight from Twitch from it.
Yep.
Oh, I was just like, oh. And then it has a dock where you can hook it up to your TV. So it's not a wireless connection. And the dock had an Ethernet port in the back.
Yep.
Which Switch doesn't have. You have to go buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I was like, I need this in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm not even big into mobile gaming, but that made me want to get big into mobile gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, if I could afford it, I would totally be buying that.
For people that thought mobile gaming wasn't serious, yeah, that might change your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So yeah. I was
So imagine using that phone for Stadia. You're done.
You're done.
That's all you need.
It's all you need. It's not going to be capable for Stadia right away when Stadia comes out, but it will be.
Yeah,
it will be.
Stadia, you're going to eventually be able to use it.
Yeah, Stadia said it will eventually. At one point, it will support all phones. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was when I saw that, I was pretty impressed. I was already impressed with the first one that they showed that's out right now. But I was like, yeah, okay. But that one, I was like, oh. I was like a Homer drool right there. I was like, oh. Yeah. I was like, man, hold up. Hold the phone. Literally.
Yeah, literally.
I don't even care about the RGB stuff. I can care less. But that's even cool too. But, you know.
Yeah, that's the bells and whistles phone to get, for sure.
Yeah. If that's what a hardcore gamer gets right there. And the fact that you can still take phone calls with that phone.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it still operates as a phone. Don't forget. but
And it
It was
has a great
definitely-
camera. And it has a great camera on it.
yeah,
Which-
yeah, it's a great camera. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
you know, for all you selfie people out there, you know. Yeah. I'm literally I was like so excited cuz like my wife's thinking about upgrading to the Note 10s like here soon cuz the Note 10 drops August 7th, right? And even your phone doesn't operate as a phone. Dang, that's unfortunate. Um, I was like, you ready to upgrade to the Note 10? After I saw that phone, I was like, I don't know,
Nope.
babe. I might hold out. I might wait. To see what carriers are gonna carry this phone. Cause I might need this phone in my life. I might. So, yeah. But, do you have any other news you need to or would like to discuss?
I'm good for today.
Yeah, I'm good for today too, man. Why don't we go ahead and exit out?
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yes, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the OG podcast. We are live Wednesdays, 10 a.m. Central on Twitch. And of course, you can catch us on a variety of other platforms. Thank you, Anchor, for accepting us in your community and broadening our horizon.
For free.
And we'll miss you, SoundCloud. But thank
Yes.
you for those who did listen on SoundCloud as well. You are a huge audience for us too.
Definitely.
Now, Handy Cam will still be available tomorrow at Able Gamers. Be there to show him love so that you can see some wonderful content.
Yes.
And also, don't forget your boy OG Crunksta has a YouTube channel who loves to play a variety of mobile games in terms of RPG and card game. So go ahead and check out my old videos there. And for those who wish to support us on Patreon, don't forget patreon.com/OG Podcast. Be there to just leave a comment, or if you wish to donate to our cause, you may do that as well, whatever fits your need. But until then, we will be back next week for more fun gaming conversation. We'll see you next time. Keep gaming and take care, y'all.
Take care.